Good morning, guys. It's a very new day. I hope everyone is cool and you guys can hear me perfectly. First of all, I need to check the sound so that I can make sure that whatever I'm saying, people are listening. People are able to listen. So please let me know if you can listen to me. Just let me know that to the comment box. Good morning, Fedi. Good morning, Kuba. Good morning, RX. RS. First, please let me know if you guys can hear me perfectly. Good morning, Manu. Paragon. Michael. Thank you, brother, for confirming. RS, thank you so much, brother. Michael, how are you, brother? It's Mitchell or Michael, brother. Just let me know. Michael. If Michael, yes, right, yes. If Mitchell, I don't think so. It's Mitchell. It should be Michael. Good sounds. Thank you, Dimar. Listing Mars. Thank you. Walaikum salam. Listing Mars. Where are you from, brother? By the way, it never happens that 25 people are watching and 25 likes. So can you please make this happen today? That's just 25, 26 people are watching and 26 likes actually. The second friend's name. Okay, so the Michael should be the name. Thank you, brother, for confirming. Thank you so much. 100 by 100. I am really eagerly. I mean, eagerly, I will wait to see that if all of you, these 26 people, can push the like button. So there is two options: either push the like button or leave the live. Okay, so do whatever you love to do, but make it same to same. 26, 26. Please do that for me. Algeria, Muhammad is my name. Oh, okay, you are from Algeria. Oh, thank you, brother, for letting us know your name as well. Muhammad, nice name. By the way, my favorite name. I think the best name ever. I will keep waiting to see this at least 20, 25 likes. Okay, so I will wait until 25 likes. Either leave or push the like button. Do whatever you want to do. I have still a lot of time to talk. Good morning, Stephen. How are you, sir? This is my oldest friend actually. He is with me for from my beginning. This is Stephen at Stephen. Okay, it's easier for me to call Stephen. This guy is with me for from the very beginning. I mean, exactly from the beginning. So I can see that three people actually left. 33 to 330. I'm absolutely okay with that. But please push the like button. Make it 25. Bro, love you. Oh, okay, I love you too, brother. In a friend's way, not in a boy's way. Okay, in another way. Casing, good morning, brother. Akshay, buy or sell? That's my question. I have put my what to say in the poll over here so that you guys can push the button over here. What is your bias today? Bull, bear, no bias. What is your bias today? So let me know that before I will go uh, in details about the price action. Actually, from the very beginning, that's why I start a bit earlier the live today actually. But I will keep waiting until this is not 25 likes. So 32 people are watching. Still, I need 3 more likes. 10 people didn't push the like. I'm not asking the money. I'm asking for the likes. So yeah, you have my like. I love you, Manu. In a boy, in a friend way. Okay, Akshay, please let me know what is your bias today, buy or sell. Let me know that. Still, I need 2 more likes. Please do that. Let me go to the chart. Push the like button. Let me see the 25 likes. Then I will go to the chart. Otherwise, you can wait. I can wait. I have a lot of time to talk. Okay, unlike no problem. You remove the like. I love you, brother. I really appreciate that. Beautiful bull flag, and I'm bearish. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Akshay, I'm buy index. Guys, buys on NQ. Oh, okay, guess buys on NQ. Okay, so you are bullish in NQ. That's cool. That's cool, brother. Yeah, everybody has an expectation. I will have maybe some different expectation, but of course, you have to have some kind of expectation. If you don't push and make it 25 likes, I am not going to the chart. You can leave the live. I don't have any problem. Either way, I know that I will get at least 150 people. They will keep watching, and I'm happy with that. So make it 25 likes, or I'll keep spending my time over here. I don't have a bias. Just keep testing standard deviation level. Okay, that's cool, brother. Hi, bro. I was watching all videos in study playlist. Amazing content, man. Thank you so much, Vijaya. But as I told, please don't watch them. Instead of that, study them. Okay, please do that, study them, not just watch them. But thank you so much for pushing 25 likes. At least I got it. This is the chart, weekly chart. Okay, extremely bullish chart. So I will actually start from the very beginning. I'm the wizard of this market, by the way. From the weekly chart, I really don't have anything to say, because weekly chart will help me to understand what should be my expectation. Is it bull expectation? Is it, I mean, bear expectation? That's all. Okay. So from the weekly chart, I really don't have anything to say. So far, I can see this candle, which is this week candle. You can see over here, which is a very small wick here, a very, very, very small wick. I don't like this type of wick. Here, a very small, tiny wick. It doesn't look like a manipulation to me. I love to see this type of wick, that type of wick. Here, it's okay. Here, it's okay, but not this type of wick, that type of wick. I don't like it to see. By the way, what is my expectation for today? I will come to that point after 9. So until 9, I'm not coming for today's expectation. I'm not going to talk about the today's expectation. This is the daily chart, and this is a very clean chart. That means in my chart, nothing is marked over here. That was the all-time high around here. When this all-time high, not exactly this all-time high, when this market actually violated the min threshold of that candle, which was my bearish order block. So when this market has violated this 50%, which you can see here, that specific candle has violated this 50% of that order block, bearish order block. It has been violated by that specific candle. When I have seen this thing happen, so I have predicted the highs. What is gonna be the extreme high, the all-time high? There is uh, two type of standard deviation. One is body to body, another one is week to week. I believe the body to body is the strongest standard deviation level. Why the standard deviation is important? It is important because you don't have any price action here on your left. This is the all-time high. So you have to start to predict what can be the extreme high this market can maximum go before reversing again. Here, as I told, when like that high was predicted, this high was predicted, whatever it is. I'm not coming here how we have done this high, that high. We're not coming here. We're just coming to this area. Low, high, lower low. Now, previously, I would love to mark the candle actually like here. See this low, high, lower low. The low has cleared that low. This is the way ICT actually do the standard deviation. He marked the leg has done the manipulation. So what he do, he actually mark the lowest body and the highest body and make it standard deviation, and then he gave the highest priority to 0.5, which is here. See this line, this is strongest level 0.5, and then all of the line until -3 standard deviation, as well as from week to the week, same thing he expect, which is first minus 0.5, and then all other levels until -1 -3 standard deviation. It is important until -3 standard deviation. I used to use this thing actually for a long time, and later I found that, this is my observation, I found that it's not like what I'm expecting. I'm not getting it from this leg. Okay, so what I have started to do, I tried to find another way to mark the all-time high or the standard deviation that will give me more beautiful reaction from the levels or the lines I'm going to mark. They're going to be more beautiful uh, reaction from that line. So I have found, if I go for the middle leg, that means low first leg, high second leg, lower low third leg. So the second leg, it's much more easier and much more respected by the price action. My observation, again, I'm not going again ICT. He's the boss, he's my mentor, I really appreciate him. He's my boss. Okay, so I started to mark it and started to give that -0.5 standard deviation. I stopped to give it any kind of priority. Instead of that, I went for -1.5 standard deviation, which is here, -1.5 standard deviation and -2.5 standard deviation. So until today, which actually traded at minus 2.5 standard deviation. After closing the candle above this candle 50%, which is here, when it has closed above this order block 50%, I told that my first target is minus 1.5 standard deviation. So here, so if this market would love to fall, it can fall from minus 1.5 standard deviation. If you see a body close, there can't be fake breakout. That means one body has closed above, the next body has closed below this one, then it will keep falling. No, there is nothing called fake breakout. If you see the body has closed above this line, that means you should start to look for minus 2.5 standard deviation. Very specific. In the meantime, minus 2 standard deviation, which is the 50% in between minus 1.5 and minus 2.5, the minus 2 standard deviation can be respected. See here, a bit respect can happen. Also, the reversal is possible from here. I don't like to see this. Simply, I don't like it. So if this market would love to reverse, it has to reverse from this minus 2.5 standard deviation. Why? Because the candle has closed. Look at the prominent closing above the minus 1.5 standard deviation. When it has closed above this line, okay, I'm done. I'm not thinking that now market is going to reverse from minus 1.5 standard deviation. It can start to reverse from that line. So when it will reach over there, I will start to look for sell until another body close above that line. So I'm going to mark here a line which you will be able to see in my lower time frame, which is my standard deviation or the minus 2.5 standard deviation. I'm going to change the color to blue. So this is the minus 2.5 standard deviation. Here market actually respect this area, this minus 1.5 standard deviation. First time it went here, then fall. We have talked about all of this price action depending on the fair value gap and the quadrant level of the week, everything. Okay, then the order block, it has been traded and finally used this minus 2 standard minus 1.5 standard deviation, come minus 2.5 2 standard deviation respected from there, came to this fair value gap, wanted to see this will be unfilled, then market boom came here so beautifully, right? If I see this line is broken, that means a candle has closed. What I'm looking for right now, bear. I'm not bullish anymore. I'm done for the bullishness. Everything is done. I'm now bearish. Extremely, I'm bearish. But brother, that is crazy. Yeah, I love to do the crazy things. I don't need to be afraid of the market, because if I'm wrong, I will not trade. Simple. Even if I'm looking for bearishness and this market is bullish, I know that I'll get a bear setup. I will obviously get that. In a moment you will be able to see that, by the way. So here, if I'm looking for sell, but unfortunately, just for the sake of this conversation, this candle has closed above this line. What I will do immediately, I will come here and I will change from body to body, from there to week, and then I will mark minus 1 standard deviation that has been already broken. See, this minus 1.51 standard deviation is already broken. So next high I will predict this minus 2 standard deviation. So where I'm going to keep a line. So far I don't need this line right now, but as later I don't need to come here so that I can mark it. Okay, this is minus 2 standard deviation from week to week. So minus 2.5 standard deviation, then minus 2 standard deviation. If I go week to week, this, if the body can close above this line, I will look for the buy until that line, and then I will start to look for sell again. For example, market didn't stop here. It keep going higher, keep going higher. After breaking this, sorry, after breaking minus 2 standard deviation, I will go back again body to body. If the body can, if the body can close above this line from the daily chart, I will again go from body to body and I will look for that minus 3 standard deviation from body to body, which is the last line for that run. So after coming here, that is the last line to look for the reversal from that minus 3 standard deviation. If this minus 2 also broken, if this is also broken, for example, it is also broken, that minus 3 is also broken, I don't need to think about this minus 3 standard deviation. That I don't need to think about that, because it's not that much important to me. What I will do instead of that, I will wait for that same kind of scenario from the daily chart here somewhere. That means low, high, lower low. If I find that, I will start to mark the standard deviation again. For example, here you can see here the market actually not there, my mistake here. First you can see here low, high, lower low. So market has actually made lower low. So when it has done that, I'm more interested to mark the standard deviation. Sorry, not like that way. I think it was here somewhere. Okay, so here to here, you can see that that was the standard deviation from the minus, what to say, I mean the week to week. Though it has reversed from there, as I told, I'm not interested to think that that -3 standard deviation is that much stronger. It can fall a bit, then it will go higher again, because this -3 standard deviation from week to week is not important to me, even though it has respected from that line. So it was not important to me. It went higher, fall, keep going higher. I'm more interested to see it will go for the new standard deviation from the new area from the daily chart. If you have any question about this standard deviation, you can ask me that. So far, as you can see, this market came here to -2 is 2.5 standard deviation. I'm bearish because it should be respected. This market has to fall. I'm coming to hourly chart. So this is the hourly chart. We have already talked about all of this premium and discount, how this market is going to trade that premium, how it is going to trade the discount, everything. Okay, so when this market actually came here, started to go higher, I clearly told that no, I'm not interested to see this will go higher and come here. I don't like it. If it do that, I'll let this go. I don't want to trade this one because this is the extremely premium area. I can't take the buy from here. It has to come to the discounted area. So you can see this fair value gap I shared with you guys, as well as there is the new week opening gap. That means this candle close, this candle open. There is a gap. This is the new week opening gap. So specifically, this market came here, trade that new week opening gap, boom, market went higher, trade this one. Yesterday's PM session, AM session, before starting this market, while the market was here, exactly over there, I told that there can be three type of scenario. Here you can see this is the sell side liquidity that has been taken over here by a shallow run. So I was not convinced by that shallow run. I was thinking that it should take that obvious liquidity first, then it will go higher. At the same time, we had this last parabolic from the hourly chart. Okay, so remember these two lines. I need to go back again one more time to the daily chart. So from the daily chart, when this market came here to this bullish fair value gap, specifically to that bullish fair value gap, and what I clearly in my weekly analysis video, I told that if this gap is unfilled, even one tick is unfilled of this gap, this will be extremely bullish until this line. Okay, so as you can see here, this candle has left that gap open. Then market went, that was the Monday price action, we are bearish. The Tuesday we are bearish because of the TGIF. When the TGIF is done by Tuesday, in Wednesday, what I am extremely bullish, kind of, it will just come here. I don't care anything else, it will come here. That is the expectation from the daily chart. So from the daily chart, I clearly told that my bias is bullish, but in that day I was bearish, in that day I was bearish, and we have framed the sell setup. Please don't forget, both of them, the day we have framed beautiful sell setup. Here in Wednesday, I'm only interested to look for buy. Forget about the lower time frame, just look from the daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, when this market left this open, that Tuesday candle has finished the TGIF so beautifully, so amazingly. I'm extremely bullish until this line. Nothing can stop me to take the buy. From the hourly chart, I have find out that okay, there is some kind of beautiful sell side liquidity over here. It's so beautiful. Okay, so people are seeing this is a very nice support. Remember, this low has cleared over here by a shallow run. So okay, just a shallow run. So I was really interested to see this shallow run will be taken first, then nothing can stop me to take the buy. I don't want to see this low will be taken because this is previous day low. If it is taken, that means this market is going to fill this gap 100%. If this gap is filled 100%, that means market will fall for the unfinished business, or you can see this the last parabolic gap over here. So it will come until this last parabolic gap. I can't think about the buy anymore, because if this daily bullish parabolic gap is filled 100%, I'm done for taking the buy. I have to look for the sell first, then I will look for the buy. So if it do that, I will have nothing to do. What I'm looking for, bull, only the bull run. But before going higher, that was my expectation, this sell side liquidity will be taken. If it could be taken, for example, as I explained yesterday, fall trade that new week opening gap here, or maybe tapped to the high of this daily gap, no problem. Man, I'm now looking for the buy. Nobody can stop me. I am looking for the buy. It will come here, I don't care. It will come here, I don't care. But I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. At the same time, that was the last fair value gap from the hourly chart. I told that before taking this sell side liquidity, if market come to this hourly last fair value gap, that means there is a high probability market will keep going higher if it come over here. So it has to work with the bearish gap from the 15-minute chart here, and then it should keep falling for that sell side liquidity. First it will take that sell side liquidity, then it will go higher. Now I'm not saying that it will keep falling. My bias is not bearish. I'm not bearish. I can't take the bearish, I mean sell setup. I can't do that. But if it doesn't take it, I can't take the buy as well. Why? Because I have seen that so beautiful sell side liquidity is over here. So I can't just think that, oh, okay, it's a bullish, so my daily time frame is taking selling saying bullish, take the buy, take the buy. I can't do that. I need the confirmation. I need the price action. What is the price action? It has to take this liquidity, then it will come here. Wow, awesome, man. I will frame 1000 buy over there. Until it is not happening and this market is not coming to this last fair value gap, I can't take any kind of buy. Now I'm coming to 15-minute chart. This is the 15-minute chart, same kind of scenario over here, and I showed you, if you guys remember, that was the gap. So I wanted to show that when it came here, it should give me the selling opportunity first. It will clear this sell side liquidity first, then it will go through everything and it will come over here. That was the expectation from yesterday. So remember, this is the 15-minute bearish fair value gap, which is over here. This is the hourly last fair value gap. Coming to 1-minute chart now, let's talk about yesterday's price action. First, try to understand what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this sell side liquidity will be taken first, and then it is a bullish market. There is no need to think about the bearishness. So if it keep falling, you will have nothing to do. Simply nothing to do. Best case of scenario, it will take this liquidity and then it will be extremely bullish. Just bullish, 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 bullish. Okay, one kind of scenario. Second kind of scenario, it will clear this sell side liquidity and clear previous day low. If it do that, it will keep falling. I will have nothing to do. I'll just let him fall because I don't know how long it will fall, because eventually it has to come to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. It can't stop anywhere else. It has to come over here before the reversal, because minus 2 standard deviation is already broken. Third case of scenario, if it doesn't take this liquidity and keep going higher, just keep going higher, I will have nothing to do in that buy as well. Just simply nothing. I have to let this go. Now come over here in 1-minute chart to talk about the price action around 9:30, because it's really so important. Okay, so from 9:30 you can see this is that 9:30 candle, market open, fall a bit, extremely came to this fair value gap. What I'm expecting it will trade this 15-minute fair value gap and then it will take that sell side liquidity. So I'm expecting the sell only. If it come to this last fair value gap, there is a high probability this market will leave this sell side liquidity and it will keep going higher for this line. It is coming over there. That's kind of confirmation. Okay, because daily chart is going to support it. Just lower time frame liquidity didn't take. When this market came here, which is the last fair value gap, until the last fair value gap is not broken, I can't take any kind of buy. I can't do that. So what I am expecting, even though this market came here to this last fair value gap over here around this area, it can give me some kind of reaction from the last fair value gap. That is the last fair value gap reaction. As I have this sell side liquidity over here, which is very beautiful to me, and this last fair value gap is holding the market by the 15-minute chart here. Nobody has closed above this last fair value gap around here. At the same time, I have seen a no wick candle from 15-minute chart. So that was the no wick candle from the 15-minute chart with a 15-minute bullish fair value gap as well. This 15-minute gap is broken. First it came to this area. What I'm looking for, sell. So all of this buy, I'm not doing anything or nothing. It's extremely bullish. You guys are getting upset. Oh man, why is not taking the buy? Buy? It is kind of buying market. Take the buy. Take the buy. Take the buy. No, I can't do that because my context is telling me this gap can hold the market, send the market lower for that liquidity. Nobody knows that what is going to happen. So you have to predict the market depending on the liquidity, depending on the fair value gap, depending on the bias or higher time frame, everything. Okay, so this higher time frame, when this market is inside this, I should keep looking for selling opportunity. there was no sell at all, not even a single selling opportunity. And you have seen yesterday was extremely bullish. Like, if I tell you, brother, yesterday was bearish, you will say that, brother, you are asshole. You don't know what is this. So yesterday was extremely bullish. What I'm looking for, bearishness. I'm not interested to take sell, sorry, buy until this is not broken. Finally, the 15-minute candle has broke this 15-minute last gap. That gap I was expecting will hold the market, send the market for this sell side liquidity. So I'm going to remove it. At the same time, there was no selling opportunity. We are in live over here. Then this market came here to this hourly gap. When it come for the first time by that specific candle, came here, I'm already done. I know that now there is a 90% possibility this market will go higher and take the high. Okay, it will come here, I don't know, but it will at least take that high. There is a 90% possibility. Can I take the buy? No, I can't do that. Even though I'm thinking it will go higher, I can't take the buy. Why? Because this gap has to be broken from the hourly chart. It has to be broken. In the meantime, when this gap is being respected from the 15-minute chart, so on my right hand side, this is the 15-minute chart, and you can see over here around this area, that was the exact area I'm showing you here. Look at that candle, how beautifully it has closed exactly at the top of this gap here. See, and then next candle open, went a bit higher, fall again. So that means this is respecting, so beautifully it is respecting the high of this last parabolic gap. As it is not broken yet, I'm still able to frame some kind of sell. The first condition is from the last parabolic gap reaction. Second condition is there was a no wick candle from the 15-minute chart. Third condition is there, that is the first parabolic gap from the 15-minute chart. See this parabolic gap, that is the first parabolic gap from the 15-minute chart. Fourth condition, I have extremely strong sell side liquidity over here. I have this new day opening gap as well. So if it can break this new day opening gap, there is a possibility it will come to this sell side liquidity. If it doesn't break this new day opening gap, then of course it doesn't need to fall for that sell side liquidity. It will keep going higher. For the first time, we have found our 22 YT model over here around this area, which I have shown you guys. A beautiful 22 YT model. That was the market structure shift. That was the fair value gap over here, and this area, that was the fair value gap. Can you feel the what to say, I mean the context over here? So that should be the entry. Now stop loss has to be above this high, above that high, because this is the high which has cleared the liquidity. The liquidity can happen over here, so you have to put your stop loss over here. Now for the sake of this conversion, I'm putting it over here, but yesterday we have framed the trade by putting the stop loss above this high, if you remember. Okay, but for the context, I'm putting it here where I should put it. So it's 23 handle, and then of course target is this low, and I told that put it 2 tick below that low, just 2 tick below that low. So I think it was here somewhere, 29 handle, 2 tick or something like that, whatever it is, that was our target, or maybe 1 tick above, whatever it is. So take the partial. If you go here 1:1, which is 23 handle, 3 tick, take the partial over here, hold the trade until here. If you put your stop loss over here around this area, then take the partial around 20 handle, hold the trade until that area. Okay, so even though it was extremely bullish, we have framed a beautiful sell setup. So yesterday I have just framed one setup, just one setup, that was that setup, this sell setup, which has provided us 29 handle. Just for the sake of this conversion, think that it was just 25 handle, not 30 handle, something like that. Just think that this is 25 handle profit. So that was the only setup I have seen around this morning session. Then after this, I have found another opportunity. Now here the context is still now this last parabolic gap is holding the market. The last parabolic gap holding the market. Nobody has closed above this last parabolic gap. Of course, from the daily chart, not from the hourly chart, not from the 15-minute chart. At the same time, you can see this candle, which is a very important candle, which came here, tapped to this bullish parabolic gap from the 15-minute chart. More importantly, this new day opening gap is holding the market. Next candle closed above this last parabolic gap concurrent crossment. Now I'm going to predict this market is going. First thing, if it come to this last parabolic gap from the hourly chart, which is here, from the hourly chart, if it come to this last parabolic gap, why it's loading now? Come on, man. Okay, now I got it. If the market come to this last parabolic gap, there is a high probability it will take that high. It will come here or not, I don't know, but it will come, it will take that high. just above that last fair value gap, because it's in deep premium. As the market is coming from the premium, and if it would love to fall, take that liquidity, it can never reach to the deep premium fair value gap. Yesterday's PM session I also explained the premium and discount one more time. So if you have still some confusion after watching that premium discount video, you can watch yesterday's PM session live, okay, where I explained it a bit. So first of all, when it came here, I know that finally this market is going to take that high. This will be traded, I don't know, but this high will be taken at least. Secondly, we have seen that we have catch some kind of reaction over here from the 15-minute chart. Thirdly, from the 15-minute chart, I have seen that market trade that bullish fair value gap, a very specific fair value gap. What is that fair value gap? Entry fair value gap. So here, if you see here, market has taken the liquidity. This relatively equal loss has been cleared over here. Market structure shift. After the market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. It can start to reverse from the entry gap, it can reverse from the breakaway gap. As well as yesterday was the expansion day. That means market is, if market take previous day high, it will keep going higher. If market take the previous day low, it will keep going to fall. So the thing you keep saying, so market has taken the previous day high, now it is going to go for the previous day low. No, it's not something like that. It doesn't work like that way on Wednesday and Thursday. Please remember that. It doesn't work like that way. All of these things is what he's telling me. Now take the buy and predict that this last fair value gap is going to be broken. Now it is absolutely so much risky to frame the buy without breaking the last fair value gap. It's extremely risky. But when I have seen, okay, perfectly come here and the body has closed above this constant encroachment again, any kind of buying opportunity from here is a valid buy for me. So what I have done, I came to this 1-minute chart. We are seeing this market, and finally we have found another buying opportunity. This was the liquidity taken to me. That was the beautiful swing high for shifting market structure. That was the market structure shift. There was the market structure shift. Sorry, around this area, market structure shift. Entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. Entry, breakaway gap. So I was expecting this market will come to this entry gap, and then I will be able to catch that run toward that buy side liquidity, or the high was here from the previous day. So until this high, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. That was my expectation. So until here, okay. Again, I don't knew that it is coming here. I didn't know that. All I know that it came to this premium. That means the high is going to be taken. That was the all-time high as well. So actually market didn't provide us the buying opportunity. Just think, depending on that context, if it could give you the buy, I would be able to take that buy. I would be able to take the go for the line where I'm expecting. There is one more thing I had to take. All of the things I have already explained to you. Nothing is valid. What are you talking about now? I'm talking this. Yesterday was the FOMC around 2 p.m., which was absolutely frustrating to me here. It was absolutely frustrating. Okay, to be honest, I didn't expect this is going to happen like that way, by the way. When you have the FOMC around the PM session, no trade is valid around the morning session. Even though we have framed two successful setup or the beautiful setup on sell, on buy, where one we get the entry, another one we didn't get the entry. But if it could give the entry, we would be able to take our boom. Whatever. It didn't give us the entry, it has provided us the entry, that is a boom. It's not valid in the morning session. If you have the FOMC, you have to trade in between 7 a.m., which is from here, from there to until 8:30. That is the zone you will trade. And that was a beautiful sell, depending on the 7 a.m. kill zone. Nice 35 handle run over there. That should be your trading. Then PM session, you have to wait until 2 p.m. because 2 p.m. was our news, and I was live over here. To be honest, I didn't find nothing over here, and then market started to leave the liquidity without clearing the liquidity. What is the basic of Wednesday and Thursday? So you don't need the 15-minute chart. For example, you are expecting the expansion day today, you don't need the 15-minute chart. All you need until the next logical level, which is after, of course, clearing previous day high. When this market went above this previous day high, you can look for that line because of the context. Okay, of course you can do that, but for that you need something from 1-minute chart. What is that? Market will do some kind of consolidation. It will take the consolidation, market structure shift, fair value gap, boom. It will do the same thing again, consolidation. It will take the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, boom. This will you keep doing in Wednesday and Thursday. What happened actually over here? This was the liquidity market has built over here. You can see this is the liquidity. Market never take that liquidity. Actually, let me mark it. That was the sell side. See, made the sell side liquidity. Look over here what market has done over there. Just a second. I'm going to use it, but you can of course use this low as well if you want. This is clean sell side. Okay, let me actually put it over here. Sell side liquidity. See, didn't clear the sell side liquidity. Didn't clear the sell side liquidity. Look over here. Sell side liquidity. Keep leaving the sell side liquidity until the close. So I think yeah, that was the closing here somewhere. Yeah, that is the closing actually. So until the closing, market never cleared the liquidity. So when it didn't clear the liquidity, this is all the premium to me. I can't frame any kind of buy over there. It has to clear the liquidity first to go for the buy, even from the 1 minute chart, which actually didn't happen. As I explained, if the market leave the opening gap opening gap, remember opening gap, just go and watch yesterday's AM session, then you will see the rocket, the missile, hypersonic missile, where market will never leave you the give you the entry opportunity. Now I'm coming to hourly chart to show you that things. Coming to regular trading hour. This is the regular trading hour. This is the opening gap low here. So I'm going to mark a line to that low. Opening gap low. Market left some portion of this gap open. As it has left some portion of this daily bullish unfilled gap open, it left some portion of this gap open. And then just look how it went higher. Do you see even a single bear candle over here? This is called hypersonic missile, or in other words, rocket. It will go in a rocket speed. Never ever let you enter. Same here. The day before yesterday, I showed you if the gap is open, you will see a falling knife. So this information you have to keep in your mind. If you can keep that in your mind, it will be easier for you to understand the whole price action. Now, yesterday I didn't get the buying opportunity, but I have found a beautiful sell boom, right? I don't need to regret because I didn't catch that. How much was the run? So maybe kind of 270 handle. I didn't catch that 2700 270 handle. I'm not going to cry for that because I have made 29 handle here. I have made 35 handle here before the open. So which is near about 60 handle. I'm okay with that 60 handle out of 270 handle. I don't need to take that 270 handle. Even nobody can do that. By the way, if they are the day trader. What was my bias? Extremely I was bullish. What is the wrong? Just that sell side liquidity. Market, if it could take that sell side liquidity, now think that how I would love to frame the trade over there. How I would do that. Let's go for that. For example, maybe market didn't make the liquidity here. Just for the sake of this conversion, think that there is no liquidity. Okay, so I am expecting this market. Oh, it's not there. Okay, sorry, here, there. Maybe there is no liquidity. This actually fall until here, so there is no liquidity. What I would expect? See this gap, that gap. I would say that, brother, there is no gap. There is no gap. Simply, there is no gap. Keep looking for the buy. There is simply no gap. When it will come here, expect some kind of reaction. That sell setup, remember? That is called the reaction. But don't think it is going to hold the market, send it lower again. Don't think like that way. It will be broken, but you can get some kind of reaction to come here and then it will go higher again. If you don't see that and it close it perfectly, keep looking for the buy until this line. Just for the sake of this conversation, think there is no social liquidity. Now I'm coming in 1 minute chart. How it would be if there was no sell side liquidity, or maybe market has cleared this sell side liquidity. How it would be exactly around 9:30. Remember, there is no sell side liquidity. 9:30, I would say that wow, awesome, brother, awesome. My bias is bullish. Market has cleared the sell side liquidity. That is the sell side liquidity. Market has cleared it. I got the best market structure shift. Don't worry about that. You know that what is gonna be the bias, of course, bullish. This is the market structure shift. Where is your entry gap? This is the entry gap. This is the breakaway gap. Now you didn't get the opportunity. No worries, brother. you will get another opportunity. Okay, so finally market came here, and came here, finally came here. Okay, wait for the market structure shift. If you find any market structure shift, take the buy again. At the same time, maybe we would go for the 15-minute chart, and from the 15-minute chart, what's that 15-minute chart? Okay, finally market came here, which is the 15-minute bullish fair value gap, right here. That is the 15-minute bullish fair value gap. What we would do over here, if there was no sell side liquidity, would go on minute chart. That is the 1 minute chart, and what is the area? I think this is the area. Yeah, perfect. That is the area. I don't know it has provided the entry or not. Oh, actually it didn't. So last down close, body close candle, mark it as an order block, take the buy from that order block. Liquidity, take the buy. Some kind of liquidity is taken, take the buy. Took some liquidity here, failed to take the extreme low or that low. See how the words are going to be changed. It has failed to take that low or the extreme low, that low, actually not this low. It has failed to take that low. At the same time, it has cleared all of this liquidity. Look at that beautiful market structure shift. If you found the entry opportunity over here, take the buy. Took some liquidity here, take the buy. Took some liquidity here, take the buy. Failed to take that extreme low. Still, I'm bullish. Maybe take some liquidity here, take the buy. By the way, there was not something like that at all. So here, when I'm seeing this is the liquidity, if there was no liquidity at the beginning here, I would say that this is the extreme low that should not be taken if it is extremely bullish. That should be the low that should not be taken by the market if it is the bullish market. That is the way you would trade this market if there was not that, just that liquidity, which was from the higher time frame or the hourly or 50-minute chart. If you have any question, please let me know just after a bit, because I would love to finish this by today's explanation. Okay, so I'm going to remove all of these things. I don't need them anymore. Okay. So finally, this market actually came here to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. Look at that week. Again, I'm studying this. I don't know it will be respected or not. I have no idea. But I would love to look for any kind of quadrant level of that week. I am studying this. Please don't take it seriously, that weak quadrant level. But I would love to see some kind of some kind of reaction will happen from here. I'm not extremely bearish. I'm not thinking that it is going to fall everything and going to keep falling. No. After the run or the expansion, there will be a consolidation. As this market reached to this minus 2.5 standard deviation, today's market is gonna be a consolidation market, or overall it will be a bear market. But I'm expecting some kind of consolidation because yesterday was a big run, and today we don't have any news after 8:30. So 8:30 we have FOMC or something like that, which is a medium impact news. After that we don't have any news. So my intention today is to see this market will come until to the top of that upper quadrant. Okay, so this week upper quadrant, that is my expectation. Like it will keep falling, and slowly it will reach at least until to the top of this week. So overall I'm bearish, but of course kind of consolidation, not kind of extreme run I'm expecting. No, nothing like that. Just slow market, something like that. If this market break this line by today, by the daily candle, of course tomorrow I will start to look for that line again. So for that is the explanation from today's market, and the lines I have shown you. I know that how beautiful this line is. Okay, so let me come to the hourly chart, then it will be, let me come to the 15-minute chart. So this line, which is minus 2.5 standard deviation, after a long ago I told you to mark this line, and I told you, brother, don't get confused by that fall, or maybe there was some other fall around here. Okay, so some fall here when the market was falling. Don't think it's a bearish market, it's a bullish market. I can't just move forward and can't show you that this market is coming here. I can't do that. But wait, give me some days, I'll show that this market is coming here. This is the area it has to reach. After reaching to this area, start to look for the reaction from that line. I still don't know it has built the all-time high or not, but there's a huge opportunity this market will start to reverse from that line. Huge opportunity. until I'm not getting that reversal. Of course, I have to keep thinking about the sell, just sell. So here today's my expectation, it will reach any of this line that will be traded by today. If it do that, I'll be very happy to frame a sell by today's market. In other word, from 1 minute chart, you have to look for some kind of liquidity. If you have some kind of plain liquidity, anything, some liquidity you have here, actually some kind of liquidity you have, also some kind of sell liquidity you also have. Okay, we'll see that. Here you see this liquidity, so let's mark that liquidity for the sake of this conversation. As I'm expecting this market will fall, so mark actually this liquidity, leave this liquidity as my target. So this liquidity is just above this line. Now if this line is broken, then of course I will mark that liquidity as my sell side target, which is just above this 50% of that week. So that should be the sell side liquidity. So these two sell side liquidity is my interest to see today, if it can fall for that sell side liquidity. Okay, but again remember, today's market is gonna be slow market. It should be a slow market, kind of consolidation market. Now I'm done actually. If you have any question, you guys can let me know. Walaikum salam stocks. I know that a lot of people have joined already. I'm so sorry. I was talking about the price, so I was focusing on the chart instead of your comment. So now let me know if you have any question. Hey dolls, good morning, sister. Trading in the zone. You are still here, brother? Guys, let me know that who else can do this beautiful way. Who can do that? Okay, trading in the zone. Please watch today's live. The live I'm still in. Okay, in this live, watch from the beginning. So I have started around, I think around 8:40 New York local time. I started to talk. So please watch from there. Okay, you will get your answer. The thing you asked me last 1 hour, I just explained that, brother. Last 1 hour, I just explained your answer. Shachin, good morning, sir. TG, good morning. Hey, Tevin, good morning, brother. Thank you, brother, for asking me this question. Actually, let me talk about this a bit. When I keep saying you guys that London session is a liquidity making session, okay, you what you have to do, you have to mark one, exactly a line from 15 minutes chart, 1 and 6. This is the 6. This is the zone. In this zone, market will make either a relatively equal highs or a relatively equal lows. If it make relatively equal highs, any kind of high you will be able to mark on your left, mark it, extend it to your right here, and the lows before this line. Okay, before this line there is two lows actually. So no, not two lows, one lows here, just this low. Okay, so I'll keep it as a red line, I'll keep it as a green line. So this is the green line. Okay, now market entered into the 1 a.m. You will wait to see which way this market is going. Okay, it is going higher, going higher. By the way, it can make the liquidity in between the London session as well. So you have to think about that as well, if it makes that or not. But it is most of the time it actually make the liquidity with the Asia session. It is coming going high, right? So this is 2 a.m. candle. No trade is valid before 2. Before 2, even if it make the liquidity, no trade. You have to wait until 2 a.m. Then you see this market came here very near to this area. So I'm actually going to use the replay mode so that you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. Look over here. So this is, let me go to the 1 minute chart. Just remember that is the line from the 15-minute chart. I know that there is a line over here. This is the 2 a.m. The next candle, I'm happy to frame the sell from the next candle. This is the high so far from the 15-minute chart. And I have another high which is over here. As market didn't go over there, so I just didn't mark it. and this is the low from the 15-minute chart. So next candle, market, like, look, is there any selling opportunity? Because this is relatively equal highs, this high and that high, relatively equal highs. After 2, is there any selling opportunity? There is any setup? Immediately market has built. No, no setup. Market is going higher. So what should you think? Okay, let's see if it can go through this. If it even do that, you will keep looking for selling opportunity. So market is finally came very near to this line, right? What I'm looking for, two type of scenario. First, it will build a bullish gap which is going to be very near to this line, or there will be a 22 YT model. Without this, nothing is valid. Just to set up, either it will make the highest gap to take the sell or a 22 YT model. Is there any bullish fair value gap? No. So keep waiting. Okay. No bullish gap, no 22 YT model. So I have nothing to do. Market is again going higher. No problem. I will let him go. And there. This is the gap market has built. First time over here, as well as the market structure shift, but I really don't like to mark this type of market structure shift because it doesn't have any wick. For the sake of this conversation, think that there is a small wick and you got the market structure shift over here. This is the market structure shift, just for the sake of this conversation. Remember, it's not my market structure shift because it doesn't have any wick, but just for the sake of this conversation, think there is a wick. Let's see if it can build any kind of fair value gap. So you have the fair value gap 22 YT model. From use the volume imbalance, actually there is 22 YT model. This is the upper gap, this is the lower gap. So if you would love to take the sell, what should you do? You should take the sell from here, and your stop loss has to be above that high which has cleared the liquidity from 1-minute chart. With 15-minute chart it has built the liquidity, with 1-minute chart it has taken the liquidity. If this gap was below the 22 YT model gap, then I would frame my trade from this area. My target is 15 handle. So wherever the 15 handle is, this is for the London session. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so you will wait for 3 candle. Within 3 candle, did you get the entry opportunity or not? Okay, I got the entry over there. Perfect. Now wait for the, see if it can provide you the boom. There's the boom. Like, this is the only thing you will keep doing on London session. Every day will come and you'll see that 95 days out of 100 days market is making this liquidity in London session. Actually, the members only live where I explained it a bit more, they know better what I mean by liquidity making, why it make the liquidity. I explained it actually over there. That's why I'm so much confident about these concepts. Is that liquidity important or not? That is different matter, brothers. So we'll see around 9:30 how it is going to trade. After that we'll see. Okay, brother. Look over here, same area, right? Market came here. So when it fall below this area from 15-minute chart, it is falling. It didn't close yet. So when the 50-minute candle has closed, this is that 50-minute candle. Oh, okay, sorry. It is actually outside of the session. No, sorry, here. My mistake. Sorry, here. That is the area where market is still inside the session. So when the candle has closed, 444, right? So this is the candle, 444 candle. Until this candle is not closed, look at this candle, 444 candle. Until it is not closed, if there is any buying opportunity, the same logic I showed you here to take the sell, if there is any buying opportunity, I'll take that buy, because I know that market can make the wick, then it can close above this high. But if I see the body has closed already below this low, this is that 15-minute low, below that low, no setup is valid anymore. But brother, it worked so beautifully, went higher, I don't care. It didn't make the liquidity here. So if it doesn't make the liquidity, I'm not interested to take the buy, even if there is a beautiful setup. Okay. This is the price action after market reaching some specific area. I draw your attention long time ago. Back test. The things I told you, back test it. Today's 7 a.m. Let's go for the today's 7 a.m. Okay, so let me actually use the same replay mode. Start new where I can see until 7 a.m. I saw this actually to Cuba. He has done this, so this is just for him. Cuba, for Cuba. I don't know, Cuba. Cuba, are you here still, brother? This is 6:30. Okay. When this market came inside this 6:30, what you will do? You will go on your left to mark relatively equal lows, on your right, sorry, on your top to mark relatively equal highs, on your bottom to mark the relatively equal lows. So you can see I have the relatively equal lows over here. That is the sell side liquidity. It has to be relatively equal lows. And I have the relatively equal highs, which is over here. This is the buy side liquidity, right? Market came into the 6:30 to 7 a.m. This is the area. Did it clear any buy side liquidity? No. Did it clear any sell side liquidity? No. Nothing has been cleared. So what I have to wait around 7. What market is going to do first? Is it going to take the buy side? Is it going to take the sell side? What is going to be taken at first? So keep waiting to see. And okay, so it has cleared the buy side liquidity. Now it actually the 7:30 candle, if it was not the 7:30 candle, just for the sake of this conversation, if it was not 7:30 candle, whatever, see this displacement I have found over here after clearing the buy side liquidity. Remember, after 7:30 no trade is valid. Just think that it is not after 7:30. That would be my sell. From here, that would be my sell. Stop loss would be until here. Again 15 handle, at least 15 handle, wherever the 15 handle is. I would love to hold it until 15 handle, and then you can hold it until this sell side liquidity as if you want, and then you will see if you get the opportunity. There is the entry, and I mean it's a bit consolidating, and then finally you will get the 15 handle. After that you hold the trade by putting the stop loss to the break even or not, I don't know, but this is not valid, okay, because this is after 7:30. So after 7:30 it's not valid. 7:30, 6 to 7:30, 6 to 6:30. Then after 7, you will all you need the displacement. No market structure shift, nothing, just the displacement. That's all you need, nothing else. If you didn't get it, no worries. Don't take the trade over there. Is it really difficult, brother? I don't think so. If you would love to make it complicated, man, you are always welcome. I love to make the things simple. See how many days it works. Do that, and then come back to me and thank me later. Oh brother, thank you so much, that was awesome. The problem is people, when they don't get the opportunity, they start to force the market. It's not something like it is going to happen every single day, and it's going to happen like every time you will get the winning trade, man. If it would happen like that way, I wouldn't be here. I would make at least 500 trillion dollar, because I know that it is going to happen 100% of the time, and every single day I'm going to get it. I will never take the losing trade. Oh, by the way, I really try my level best to do the things clear to you guys. I don't know that, Sarfaraz, how to find the average daily range. I think if there is any retail trader, they will be able to help you, brother. You have to just mark relatively equal highs, relatively equal lows. That means two highs, they are relatively same places. I mean each other. Okay, just that things. Very easy, man. Very easy. Okay guys, I found my trade actually. Market has cleared the buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity has been cleared. I got the market structure shift. All I need to see if there is a fair value gap and immediate reaction. If there is a fair value gap and immediate reaction, that is my sell. No fair value gap, no trade. Okay, there is no fair value gap, that means there is no trade. Simply no trade. Lesiva, brother, do you actually take trades just after market open? It depends, brother. When I find the setup, I go for the trade. Sometimes, like yesterday, I waited until maybe 11 a.m. There was no trade for me until 11. And today, so far after the market open, I saw the market structure shift after the liquidity taken. Unfortunately, there is no setup yet, so I'm not able to take entries over here. How to buy Blue Guardian from BT? Just click on the link and then pay it, brother. That's all. It's not banned in Bangladesh. You can trade through from the Bangladesh. I'm trading it from Bangladesh. Choose your account, pay it. Guys, can you please tell me that what I told you about today's market? Is it going to be bullish? Is it going to be bearish? Is it going to be consolidated? What I told you, exactly what I told you. Wow, we have the SMT as well. Thank you, sister, for showing me this SMT. We have SMT as well. That's cool. Anybody can tell me that what is my expectation today? Let's see if it can make a fair value gap. It is still valid. Okay, the setup I have marked you, this is still valid. So if it make the fair value gap, this is one of the best 22 IT model. I don't know it will leave this gap or not. Okay, to be honest, I don't know that. Absolutely consolidation, not one kind of run. Yeah, it will be consolidated, but at the same time it will keep falling by the consolidation. If it make the anti-fair value gap over here, then I have to frame the sell from the anti-fair value gap, but the same logical entry. Okay, I mean the same thing, I'm just not going to mark it again. You guys can do it. So if it can make a entry gap here, the entry should be from there to there. If there is an entry gap, that means if this market can make another gap over here, for example this is the gap, entry will be here, entry will be from there. Okay, if there is a gap. If no gap, then of course the entry should be from there. Okay, there is no gap, so this is the only entry opportunity. Within 5 candle, if it come here, the entry is valid, otherwise this entry is not valid. It has to come to this gap within 5 candle. There is a small volume imbalance. I'm afraid that it will trade that volume imbalance and then it will fall. But I don't want to take the entry from the volume imbalance. I would love to see if it can come here and then fall actually. So if it happens, then this is the valid trade. Otherwise, if it work with the volume imbalance, then maybe I'll miss this trade. I'm okay with that. And target will be this. Again, if it work with this volume imbalance, maybe I'll miss this trade. I just don't want to take my entry from here. I just don't want to do that. I would love to take my entry from this gap. It has to give me the entry from this gap. I'm counting the candle, 5 candle, 1 2. This is now, right now it's number second candle. This is the real gap. I wish it will be able to take me from here. This is the number 3 candle, so maximum 5 candle I will wait to take this trade. In the meantime, if you guys would love to take the entry from the volume balance, you can go for that. This is the best 22 IT model. There can be nothing more beautiful than this 22 IT model. Stop loss. As well as we have the SMT, okay? So I'm just going to mark it like this way. SMT. This is the number 4th candle. So I will have one more opportunity, one more candle. Again, if it fall from this volume imbalance, I will just miss this trade. I have no problem with that, but I'll let this go from here. DB, please don't refer me anything, okay? If I'm not talking about them, that means they are not important to me. I can say that this is my bad luck because it just didn't take me just for a bit. I don't want to take the edge from this volume imbalance because in that type of situation, I won't be able to cover the stop loss. So from here to here where I put my stop loss is kind of, it will be like 24 handle. So here, if you would love to take the entry from volume imbalance, you have to put your stop loss above that candle. Just make sure that it's 20 handle. And target should be the sell sell liquidity. If any of you would love to push the button from this volume balance to fair value gap, which is the real fair value gap, you guys can take this trade. Of course, I don't have any problem. You can take whatever you want to do, but I'm just interested to see if it reaches over here. It's the best 22 IT model, the best 22 IT model. And at the same time, you can see that, oh, actually no, it didn't. I thought that it has trade the 50% of that gap. It actually didn't. Sell side liquidity here, more importantly this line, and finally that sell side liquidity and this line. If any of you took the entry from here, just for those, as it didn't give me the entry, so I'll put it from here for those people. If any of you actually are in this trade, you guys have to take the end partial around 20 handles. So where is 20 handle here? That should be the partial for you guys. If any of you took the entry from this volume imbalance, it has provided a lot of opportunity, just didn't push the, that gap just didn't be traded. That's my bad luck, okay, to be honest. But if any of you has taken the entry from this volume imbalance, make sure that you have taken the partial around 20 handle. So 20 handle partial, hold your trade until here, until there, or maybe you can hold it until there if you want. This 3 is the consecutive order block. This is the low of this consecutive order block. Here is a problem. I don't like to mark this type of candles as my order block, but here this is the consecutive order block. As this is the 3 candle, if I go to 2-minute chart, you will see 1 candle, right? Beautiful 1 candle, even though it has a big wick by the way, but still, if I have the opportunity to mark them as a consecutive candle, sometimes I go for that. But to be honest, I don't like this type of candles to mark as an order block. I don't like to do that. The criteria is the daily candle will close above this line. If the daily candle close above this line, yes, I am I will look for the buy again. That is the only criteria I have to take the buy. I don't know, guys, if is there anyone who is in this trade, because I otherwise I'll remove this from my chart. I just simply told you I love to take the entry from this gap, but this volume imbalance is valid to be traded, and then this market will keep falling. Sell side liquidity, this line, that sell side liquidity, that line. For this four line is important to me. So yeah, that's all. Okay, I can see that some of you are in this trade. Please make sure that you have taken the partial. Don't hold your trade for this without taking the partial. Don't hold your trade until here without taking the partial. And if you have taken the partial, I will tell you to put the stop loss over here. Okay, just take the 10 handle risk over here, just to do that. Okay, don't put it to the break even. It's my request. Please make sure you have taken the partial. Please take the partial. If you don't have the opportunity to take the partial, close the trade, but please don't gamble. Hey Francisco, how are you, man? Okay, Jahid is in this trade, Dolls Red is in this trade, Francisco is in this trade, Derek is in this trade, Zebras, boom, Cuba, yes, is going up. I don't care about yes, I'm trading the NQ and I'm showing you the price action over here. And I believe that I clearly told you this is the best setup. Just the problem is it didn't trade this gap, but it can trade from this volume imbalance. Okay, that's only thing you have. And when this candle was trading, I told that. So you had 1 2 3 more minutes to take the decision. Do you want to go for this trade from here by putting your stop loss over there? Do you want to do that or not? So you had 3 more opportunities. By the way, I would love to hold it until here, not the sell side liquidity, of course. I would love to see it will at least come here, and then finally this sell side liquidity I will keep looking for them. But here I would love to close the trade. I mean, this should be the logical line to close. Okay, I can see now boom. Some you guys actually got the boom, by the way. I'm just asking. Okay, partial secured. Thank you, Tevin. I appreciate it, man. Hey Jason, thank you for writing boom, guys. Thank you so much, guys. I'm out covered short. Okay, Zebras, I appreciate it, man. Of course, you can do it here in this sell side liquidity. I would love to see it will come over here. Okay, so until 57, I would love to see that. That's just why I put it until this area. You see, and see this gap. I wanna see this will be unfilled. If it is unfilled by the 1 or 2 candle, I will move my target from here to here. There, okay. If it is unfilled by 2 3 candle, 1 2 3 candle, by 1 2 3 candle, if it is unfilled, I'll move my target here from there. If it is filled, 100% filled, then I will put it over there and will wait to see if it can come here and hit my target. Otherwise you will see another falling knife, trust me. I don't like to mark this type of order block again, but as they are the consecutive, okay, 1 2 3, and if you switch your chart from 1 minute to 2 minute, you will see there is a candle. Okay, but I really don't like to mark this type of candle as an order block. It is the order block. I don't like to mark it. Simple. Thanks. Why you guys are okay? Why you give me the thanks? What is the reason for giving me thanks? Man, you took your decision. You did good job. I should thank you. Thank you guys for being profitable. I am just here to draw your attention in a very specific thing. If it happens, like when I framed this trade, just look, when I have framed this trade, 9:33, and yesterday, remember, man, I was waiting, I was waiting, I was waiting, I was waiting, I was waiting. There was nothing. And when finally I found something, that is a boom. So it depends on the market. When this market is going to give me the boom, I don't know that. Remember, if this is unfilled, you will see another falling knife here. If it is unfilled by 2 3 4 candle, okay, so that means it is leaving this gap. For example, another body closed below this low, it is also valid. If you see another body closed below this low, you will see a falling knife. Got my boom as well. Congratulations, TZ. 9:37 created a fair value gap on MNQ. I'm watching the most beautiful chart, which is NQ chart. I don't need any other chart. Okay, so all I need to see body close below this line. If I see that, you will see another falling knife here. If the body can close below this line. By the way, is there anyone who is still in this trade? Otherwise, I'll just close it. Okay, because I have to move on. Zahid Tito, I can pass a combine in 2 days, but when I have express, I get fear and I trade so small. My RR is not working. Can you help? Uh, how can I help in this regarding this issue, brother? I don't know what to say, brother. I really don't know. I think you should go slowly, okay? You are doing the good job. If you ask me, is it good? I will say this is the best. If you are taking very smallest amount of contract entry, you are doing the best job. It will take long, but it will build you as a trader. Okay, most of the people actually don't give a shit. They need immediate money. So if you are doing that, it's really good. And don't look at the RR, because I really, no, I should not say like that way. Man, RR, I don't look at that. So here, you see here, so maybe until here, what is that? 1 is to 4, how much is that? Risk to reward, maybe 1 is to 4. Forget about that. Maybe until here, until there, okay? So it's gonna be 1 is to 3. I don't care about that. Is it 1 is to 3? Is it 1 is to 4? I don't care about that. All I care, did I put my stop loss exactly around 20 handle? Yes, I did it. Did I take the partial around 20 handle? Yes, I did it. Now my expectation market will come here. Is it 1 is to 10 RR? Is it 1 is to 1.5 RR? I don't care about that. All I care, take the partial, hold the trade until the next logical level. That's all. I took from the gap and now 20 point boom. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, found your boom. Congratulations. I have one micro left, moving stopped out to 25,283. 25,283. 3. Awesome, brother. If I were you, I would do the same thing. Sujivan. If I were you, okay, I would do the same thing. One tick above that high. Just one tick above that high. Nobody was able to close below this leg. So you are seeing the consolidation a bit here, because market failed to close below this low. But if one candle could close below this low, you would see the fall until here, at least until here, and then if it keeps going higher, that's. Is that a swing high? Anybody can tell me, is that a swing high for shifting market structure? Okay, that should be the stop out. So I'm going to remove all of these things from my chart to make it another opportunity, or to find out another things. Is that a swing high? Anybody can tell me that? There is no swing high, there is no swing high, there is no swing high. If there is a swing high, then I have to look for a fair value gap or another two swing high on its left and right. There is no swing high. Guys, please try to understand, there is no swing high. Oh, man. Where is your swing high? Can you show me your swing high, guys? Where is your swing high? One candle, one indecisive candle, another candle. bodies start around the same level, closed around the same level. Where is the swing high? Oh man, see this? Now it's time to wait actually. This stupid market now came to this fair value gap. I hate this market. I hate you. Finally it came here. 'Come on, baby, you know, Friday night, I want you now. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor, I want you, baby. Baby, I want you, come tonight. It's a bearish market, Mahadi. It went higher that to trade this to finish the unfinished business. That was the unfinished business. So it actually went higher to finish the unfinished business. Now, when the unfinished business is done, it will be in rush to take the liquidity. 25,346 are exact highs. Please confirm. There is no exact high. Oh, it's 33 handle, man. Come on, I can't do that. I can do this. It's difficult to see, right? So keep it like this way. Keep it like that way. This one is for the first partial from the sorry, what to say, in the bearish gap, which is after the unfilled gap after trading the fair value gap. Next time, of course, as well as, so this should be the first partial, and this should be the first partial from the inverse fair value gap. This one should be the first partial from the inverse gap. This should be the first partial from this gap. And finally market came here to this minus. Remember the upper quadrant of that wick, it tapped to the upper quadrant of the wick. I am going to sign off, Tito. I will be back Monday and see you. I have a work tomorrow, so no trade for me. Okay, Stax, see you, brother. You just passed the eval. Congratulations, brother. How many of you actually passed the eval today? I put this is in a wrong place. This stop loss has to be above this high. I can't do that, which is 33 handle. That's why I randomly put it over here. That's the wrong thing. For the inverse gap, I'll get stopped out here. After clearing the partial around this area, I'll get stopped out here. So inverse gap will get stopped out after the partial. And of course, this one will also, I'll get stopped out after the partial. Both of them, I'll get stopped out after the partial. Both of them, the partial is here, by the way. And don't forget about this line. I showed you and I told you that today I'm more interested to see this market will fall at least to the top of this line. This is that same line. So now if there is a buying opportunity, I'll try to take that buy for some kind of buy side liquidity if I have any. I have a lot of buy side actually. So if I find any buy, I'll try to take that buy. I'm fighting with Eval on week. Man, it's very simple. Jamie here. Hey Jamie, did you pass any Eval today? I'm 1100 away from my payout. Don't overtrade. It's the only request. Don't overtrade. If you find any profit today, TG, stop. Wait for tomorrow. MB trader. Okay, you have passed some Eval. That's cool. Made 400 today. Okay, that's cool, brother. Don't overtrade. I'm fighting with. Okay, the market closed Monday for Columbus Day. Monday for the Columbus Day. By the way, guys, if you can mark any fair value cap here, actually, let me try if I can do it for you. Okay, I can find it. Mark the bullish order block if you have any. This candle has closed above this, above this, above this. Okay, so these three candle is the consecutive order block. Both of these three is the consecutive order block. They are the consecutive order blocks. So if I would love to take the buy, I have to take the buy from here, and stop loss has to be below this low. I'm not able to do that. So what I will do, I'll try to take the buy from here. Let's see if it can give me the buy from there. But remember, there is a possibility to miss this trade. And the partial will be, there will be the partial. Okay, so if I get the entry over here, why I'm doing that? Because my stop loss is not going to support me if I take the entry from the order block. So I'll try to take the entry from here, which is this area. So from there, then I'll try to take the partial over here. Okay, that should be the entry. Now if it come here, that will be the partial. At the same time, I would love to mark the order block mean threshold. So this is the mean threshold. So I took my trade from the mean threshold, or the 50% of that consecutive order block. That is a good level. That is a good level. Here and here. That should be the partial 20 handle. Very specific and kind of there. Okay. And then target will be maybe this buy side liquidity after taking the partial from here. Okay, Jian, if it is sell, try to take the sell, brother. If there is a selling opportunity, go for that. Okay, if you took the sell, brother, I hope that you will get your boom very soon, brother. I really believe that you will get your boom, okay? I really appreciate that. Would love to mark another line here. This is the most sensitive line of this consecutive order block. This line is the most sensitive line. Remember why I have framed this buy. That was that upper quadrant level of that week. I have the sell side liquidity over here. So if it would love to fall for this sell side liquidity, I will take this sell, I mean loss over here. But as it has traded the 50-minute last fair value gap, the lowest down close body close candle, I can't use it as my order block. I have to refer this 3 consecutive candle as my order block. I can't take the buy from here. The reason is the stop loss is gonna be huge. If I'm wrong, I will take a huge loss. I don't wanna take a huge loss. That's why I tried to take the entry from the min threshold or the 50% of that consecutive candles mean threshold. I tried to take the entry over here. Stop loss is 2 tick below this low, which has traded the upper quadrant level of that week, which I am studying. Again, I am studying. That should be the partial. I'm more interested to see the buy side liquidity. As I'm expecting today's market is gonna be a consolidation day. Okay, so not like a extremely bearish day, not something like that. Those people who took the sell, congratulations, brother. I believe that you will go get the boom. I really believe that, and I really pray for that. But I'm not interested to take the sell right now. I would love to look for some kind of buy run now. Okay, so it's just my opinion. I'm not asking you to do that. If you took the sell, congratulations, brother. I am doing what I feel, what my knowledge tell me to do. That's I'll just do that. Okay. By the way, if any of you took the buy from here, please make sure you have taken the partial there. Please take the partial over there if you get any opportunity. Just take the partial over there, put your stop loss to the break even. If any of you took this buy, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just showing you the price action. Your job is to take the decision. That's all. On the right hand side, look at this candle. See, this candle doesn't have any wick, so I need some kind of bull run to make a wick, manipulation wick. Okay. If any of you are in this trade from the same level I have marked, make sure you have taken the partial here. If you don't take the partial here and don't put your stop loss to the break even, close your trade right now. Just close it right now. You can see it's just 20 handle. Just 20 handle. Okay, so make it 20 handle, not 20 handle one tick, just make it 20 handle. Come on, baby, you're alive for night. I need speed actually toward that high. This high should be taken. Even if this market would love to fall, it has to take that high. Even if this market would love to fall, it has to take this high, which is this line. Okay, any of you are in this buy trade? This is the gap I want to see unfilled. This gap should be open a bit here. These two lines should be open. It has to be open. Okay, Hamad, you are in a trade. Hamad and Ahbab, you guys are in this trade. Okay, guys, I hope that you will get at least the partial, brother. Don't move your stop loss, but I would love to put it here now. Please don't move your stop loss. It's a request because I have found the unfilled gap. I don't feel any logic to put my stop loss over here anymore, but you don't need to do that. For the first time, it will close above that line, above this line. Okay, now guys, I'm just going to remove this order block line from my chart because I have a lot of lines over there. So I'm going to remove it from my chart. Remember, this is the order block, and this is the mean threshold where actually my trade or the entry will be. That should be the partial level, and I would love to see a body close above this line. Even if this market would love to fall, it has to take this high. That is called manipulation. Market has to do the manipulation. No, brother, it's not actually struggling to break the zone. It's actually trading the macro right now. Okay, just because it is inside the macro, it is waiting for the run. It is fueling, okay, itself. It is fueling. And then the fuel is done, you will see the big run. By the way, big run means doesn't mean that it's gonna be like boom, something like that. No, it's gonna be a consolidation day. Okay, Sresh is also in this buy. That's cool. Yeah, Zeshan, it is expected that it's gonna be a slow market to be honest. It's just fueling itself. Okay, the fuel is done, it will actually start to run. That's all. By the way, if this gap is fully closed, I would love to ask you guys. Okay, it's actually fully closed. I don't feel good to hold this trade anymore because I don't have the unfilled gap. I would love to put my stop loss here just below that candle. See this candle just below that candle. So even if I get a stop loss, I'll take a small loss because there should be an unfilled gap. It is not unfilled, and it has traded the mean threshold one more time, which was absolutely unexpected. It should not trade this mean threshold one more time. So I would love to take a loss until here, which is going to be like 700, something like that. I'll put it here actually for the sake of this conversation. And let me actually put it over here to see if I did the right thing or wrong thing. I'm not asking any of you to move the stop loss. Please don't move the stop loss. Please don't do that. Don't move your stop loss. I mean, if you would love to move your stop loss, it should be your choice. Just because I'm saying don't move your stop loss. If you close the trade, congratulations, brother, no problem. Whoever got the stopped out to the break even, all of you are congratulations. Okay, I'm just saying don't move your stop loss. If it is your choice, do it. If it is not your choice, just moving your stop loss because I am doing, don't do that. Hold it here, move your stop loss after taking the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. This is the only rule. Either take that loss. That's why I didn't take the entry from this order block here. I didn't take it from here. I took it from there so that I can get just 20 handle loss. So if I take a loss, it will be a 20 handle loss. Just because of that, I tried to take the entry from here, and fortunately market actually give me the entry. If you would love to move your stop loss, you have to let the market run until the partial and then move your stop loss. I don't have any problem. Don't move your stop loss just because I was talking like moving stop loss. Don't do that. You know that you are not taking a huge loss. That is 19 or 20 handle. Just 20 handle you are taking a loss. Just 20 handle, man. Come on. Take a 20 handle loss. What is wrong with that? Come on, baby. I'm all in, win or loss. That's called gambling. That's called gambling. That will make you a consistently profitable loser. Today is not the capital preservation day, by the way. Today is Thursday, right? This setup is still valid. It's still valid until this low is not taken. It's valid. I have explained you what is that. First, it came to the upper quadrant level, which was my expectation this market will come. I know I have a sell side liquidity over here. As the market came to this last fair value gap, this is the last fair value gap, right? Absolutely beautiful last fair value gap. Order block, trade that order block, should go higher. At least it has to take some kind of highs, even if it would love to fall. It has to take some kind of highs. Now look, if I take my entry here, the first high even here, so I will get an opportunity to take the partial. That's why I'm saying the partial level is here. If even if it would love to fall, maybe it will fall. Okay, you know that it should fall, right? From this area it should just keep falling. Okay, everything is good. But even if it would love to fall, it has to take some highs. This market will go to take the minimum highs. I will get my partial. For example, it didn't take the high. Instead of that, it has fallen. You will take maximum 20 handle loss. That is your maximum loss, 20 handle. Don't get afraid. I'm 600 away. Brother, you are doing gambling again. TG. I told you, if you get some boom, stop, man. Stop. Stop. Wait for the perfect setup. Then go for the trade. Without perfect setup, don't go for the trade. You will see the expansion within 2 candle. Speed, okay? If you don't get the speed within 2 candle, then you have to wait another 14 more minutes to get your speed. By the if I were here, I would get a stopped out already. This gap will be broken, you will get your partial. Any of you are in this trade yet? I mean, still you are in this trade. Any of you are here who is in this trade? Is there anyone who is in this trade yet in this trade? Okay, Ahabab is in this trade, Jayan is in this trade, Hamad is in this trade, Jahid is in this trade, Michael is in this trade, Alberto in this trade. Man, a lot of people are in this trade. Come on, guys. Sorry, come on, market. Give us the boom. Come on, market. Come on. We are a lot of the people. We are watching for the waiting for the boom. Give us the boom. Combines only. Okay, Francisco is in this trade. Visa in this trade. Oh, a lot of people are in this trade, man. Come on. Ah, what I have done, I have made a big mistake. Why I have framed this trade? Okay, please keep my face up over here, guys. I mean, sorry, market. Give me my partial. I'll move it from here to here. That will be the partial. Okay, so I'll keep it here. Liquidity has been cleared. See, this is the liquidity. Liquidity has been cleared. Either speed now or never. If it doesn't give me the speed now, it will never go up. Something like that. See, this liquidity has cleared. Now it's the time to go for the boom. Okay, Sujiban, that's a good idea, brother. Hold it, man. It will go up now or never. Now or never. It's going to work, don't worry guys, it's going to work. Move your partial level here, not 20 handle, move your partial level here, 23 handle. Just move your partial level here. If you survive, if this market doesn't stop you out, hold your partial here. I am telling you this, move your partial here. So if you survive, you will get your partial here. Just you have to wait this gap to be broken. Okay guys, it's done actually. Yeah, it's done actually. Cover some loss, put the stop loss here, cover some loss. Just put the stop loss below that candle. Do it. I'm saying you to do it. Do it, man. Put your stop loss one tick below this candle. If you are in this trade yet, put your stop loss one tick below this trade. If this low is taken, this market will take this sell side liquidity. Do it. I'm saying you to do it. Please do that. Trust me. I'm taking your risk, okay? So please do what I told you. If this candle low is taken, this will keep falling. Partial should be here, not 20 handle. Partial should be there. Again, I'm saying if it can make a fair value gap, put your stop loss below that candle, one tick below that candle. If it can make a fair value gap, I'm not sure yet. If it doesn't make the fair value gap, then your stop loss one tick below this candle, just one tick below that candle. This low is taken, this market will keep falling. Cover your loss from 20 handle to 14 handle. There is no gap. So because the time is up actually, so it should clear the liquidity, it should keep going higher. This is still respecting. Don't hold this trade anymore. Put it here. It will take this low, you will get stopped out. Simple. This low can't be taken. If you can ask me the question why, because this low has traded the low of this 15-minute gap, so that all the job is done over there, nothing left here. Now it will fall again, it will keep falling. No need to take that risk. Okay, so just put it one tick below this low. Fortunately, if you get a bullish fair value gap, by anyhow the candle will make the bullish fair value gap, immediately put your stop loss below that candle, one tick below that candle, if you get that. Because the job, everything is done here, it is still consolidating. That is the sign it will keep falling for this sell side liquidity. That is a loss. Okay, 14 handle loss, 14 handle one tick loss. We can't take the cell. There is no cell, by the way. Did you move the stop loss, guys? By the way, I'm asking this because those people who are when I'm saying please move the stop loss over here. Did you move the stop loss from 20 handle to 14 handle? 6 handle you have survived. One tick below that candle. It is obvious. It has to do that. There is no sell. Please don't take the sell. It will go up, that's for sure. But it was kind of, see this area, this scenario over here, when it has cleared that sell side liquidity, made this low, then this low. This is the candle or the wick that has cleared all the low, trade the low. The 50% has been respected. It should keep going higher. If it doesn't do that, that means it will fall and clear this low. That's for sure. Okay. So after this, if it can close above this high, for example, it has closed above that high. That's a new buy from here. That's a new buy by covering that gap, just to buy that gap. Or the best case of scenario, you can put it over here. That's a new buy from this gap to until again 20 handle partial, wherever the 20 handle is, 20 handle partial, something like that. And this is a new buy, but the best case of scenario to cover that gap. Sometimes week actually did damage, and I'm really afraid of this type of scenario when market should move higher. See this boom, it should do this type of things. Look here, it has built this gap. I am pretty much confident this gap is going to now hold the market and send it higher. This gap, the same case of scenario, I was waiting here, I was looking for that here. The same thing around here happened. I was waiting for that here. Unfortunately, I didn't get it over here. Now can I take the buy from this gap? No, you can't do it because this is the bearish gap. You have to wait for this gap to be closed. So the candle will close, then here it is going, you are saying that it is going to hold, but still this is a bearish gap, that is a strong resistance. So that's why you can't take the risk from this gap. You can't do that. You have to wait for this candle, sorry, this gap to be broken and then take the buy. I believe that it will hold the market, that gap, this gap will hold the market, send it higher, but I can't take the buy from that gap. I have to take the buy from this gap. So here I'm going to be a breakout trader. All of these buys will be taken, then I'll take the buy. Can I take the buy from here? Too much risky. It's huge risk over here. That's why I have to wait for a body close above this this gap. But remember, today's market is going to be a consolidation market. At the beginning, we have found our best sell over here. Some sellers over there. And now this market is consolidating. If it fall for this sell side liquidity, from there, I have to look for the buy again. And if I would love to take the buy from here, I have to wait for a body close above this gap. Then I can take the buy. Otherwise, no buy. Is my bias bullish? No, my bias is not bullish. Anybody can tell me that. Is my bias bullish? My bias is bearish, but I can't frame the sell here without clearing the buy side liquidity. So it has to take the buy side liquidity. And for that, I can frame a buy, which is a reaction. But overall, I'm bearish. No sell is valid here. No sell is valid. Even if I have this beautiful sell side liquidity, I can't take the sell. It will keep falling, take the sell. I can't take this sell without clearing any kind of buy side liquidity. It has to go higher and take some buy side liquidity first. Then it will fall. Guys, please don't frame the sell. It's a request. Please don't frame the sell. Please don't frame the sell. It's a request to all of you. Please don't frame the sell. I'm watching this 50-minute candle, how it is going to close actually. This 50-minute candle, I would love to see it will close inside this 50-minute gap or above this gap. I'd love to see that. At the same time, of course, if your bias is bearish, you'd love to take the sell, please go for that. Those people, I don't have any problem. But who are here with me, please don't frame the sell here. Without taking the buy side liquidity, don't frame the sell. My bias is bearish. I'm telling you, don't frame the sell even after seeing this beautiful sell side liquidity. Don't frame the sell. It will fall, let him fall. Don't take the sell. Francisco, at the beginning, I clearly told that it's gonna be a consolidation day, a bearish day, of course, but a consolidation day. So those people who are now referring me, brother, this is a bearish market. This is a bearish market. I'd love to remind them it will be a bearish market. I'm the one in this whole world who marked this line without anything, okay, without watching anything. I am the one who has marked that line in this whole world, and that I told it will reverse from there, from that line, exactly from there, that line. I am bearish, as well as it's a consolidation rule, so I'm not thinking that it is going to fall too much and it will keep falling, falling, falling. No, I was bearish actually until to the top of this line, middle of this line, or low of this line of that specific week, which I'm actually studying right now, but not something like very specific. So those people who are actually referring me, brother, this is a bearish market, this is a bearish market, this is a bearish market, stop doing that. So there is another gap. This gap is actually from the 50% of that line. So when it will come here, I'll start to look for buy again. Okay, don't frame any sell over here. It's a request to all of you, please don't frame the sell. It will take that sell side liquidity, let him take the sell side liquidity, but don't frame the sell. Okay, now it came to this sell side, I mean sorry, the 50%, as well as cleared that sell side liquidity, as well as is trading the 50-minute bullish fair value gap or the last fair value gap. Again, the same logic I have used here to frame the buy, I'll use the same logic over here to take the buy again from the order block, because the liquidity is left here. Market didn't clear the liquidity. If you don't want to frame the buy, then let it go, but no sell is valid. No sell is valid until the market doesn't clear the buy side liquidity. So here I'll look for the order block again. From this last fair value gap. Any kind of 22 YT model, buy model, any kind of order block is gonna be my another buy. If I don't want to take the buy, which is against my bias, then I will let the buy go. But I'm not interested to take any kind of sell. No sell is valid. So for this is the order block. So if the body can close above this candle, this gonna be the order block. Same logic, same everything. Stop loss has to be 2 tick below this, and the target is gonna be now this buy side liquidity. This should be the target. Maybe until make it 20. After the body close above this line. So this market came to the 50% of that week, premium week. The 50% is here, cleared the sell side liquidity, traded that 50-minute last fair value gap. There is an opportunity to take the buy from the order block. If it can make the order block, of course, I'll try to take that order block entry. If it doesn't do that and keep falling, I will let this fall. I have no opportunity to frame sell around this area. No sell is valid. It's a very, very clear word. No sell is valid. It is falling, brother. I don't care. No sell is valid until where I had the opportunity. I framed the sell. That sell, that sell, that sell, all of them I framed, but now no sell is valid. If you don't want to take the buy because your higher time frame is telling you to look for the sell, then don't go for the buy, but don't take sell. It's up to you now. Okay. Manu, I'm not telling this to you, brother. You are not a regular viewers of my I mean my live, okay? So I'm not saying anything of you. If you take the sell, you are always welcome. I really hope that you will get your boom, brother. Okay, so I'm not saying those people who are not my regular viewers. I'm just telling those people who are watching me, they know how to do these things. Okay, so that's all. So I hope, brother, it's clear. Whoever would love to take the sell, you're always welcome. I always appreciate that. It's a beautiful sell. Take the sell. Without taking the buy side liquidity, no bearish market structure shift is valid. Is fuck. Is fuck. Without taking the buy side liquidity, no bearish setup is valid. Market structure shift, anything is valid. Okay, brother. It can happen, Michael, but it will keep falling. I will let him fall. For the first time, it will reverse. I'll take the buy. Simple, brother. Here I have tried a buy from the order block. It didn't work. Got a 14 handle risk, a very calculative risk. 14 handle risk. I mean loss. I'm waiting for another opportunity. No sell is valid until the buy side liquidity is not cleared. without taking buy side liquidity, no sell is valid. If you do that and you are taking the sell here, that means you will lose money tomorrow. That is my promise to you, brother. You will, it is guaranteed, you will lose the money tomorrow. It is guaranteed. But if you follow the rules, maybe sometimes you'll take a loss. That's loss gonna be very small, one loss or two loss, but eventually at the end of the day you will make the money. Simple, brother. See this premium week. I have just marked that premium week quadrant levels over here. One, two, three. This is the quadrant level of that premium week. And now I'm really studying this quadrant levels. So I really would love to see some kind of reaction from that quadrant level. I'm not interested to see it will keep falling. Of course, I'm not interested to see that. It should be a consolidation day. So far it fall after some bit consolidation. Trading the last fair from 15-minute chart here. This is the 15-minute last fair that is right now market is trading. Even if I go to the 1-minute chart, from the 1-minute chart, all the sell side liquidity market left. That was the lowest sell side liquidity. Below this there was no sell side liquidity from the 1-minute chart yesterday. Okay, so this is the first time market, remember the sell we have framed here, and the sell side liquidity has been taken over here. Everything is done over there. So this is the first time market left the sell side liquidity that has been cleared here. So in this morning session, I have marked two sell side liquidity. One was here, one was there. This was the two sell side liquidity I have marked from the morning session. Both of them has been taken. Now it's the time for market to go higher again. Why? Because it should be a range bound day. That means it should not keep falling. It should not keep going higher. Something like that. Overall, this market will keep falling by today, tomorrow, yesterday. Okay, like every day it should keep falling. But here this is the last fair value gap from the 50-minute chart, which I'm expecting will hold the market. Market will hold this gap, will hold the market and send it higher again. If it doesn't do that, keep falling, I'll look for this level again. That can this market reverse from that level. We'll go to hourly chart to find out something here from the hourly chart. If it reach to this lower quadrant level and then something here, okay, I'm cool with that, then I will start to look for buy. Sell is not valid because market left the liquidity. Without liquid, now you don't want to take the buy, it's up to you. I don't have any problem, don't, no need to take the buy. Wait for the liquidity taken, then frame the sell. Absolutely okay with that. But sell is not valid because market didn't clear the liquidity. This is very important, brother. You have to understand that part if you want to be a consistent profitable trader. You don't want to take the buy because it is going against your bias. I appreciate it. But sell is not valid. But it is falling. I don't care, brother. It is falling today. It is not going to fall tomorrow. Even if it fall tomorrow, next 10 days, it will not work like that way. Maybe the market gonna stop. Okay. T2 trying to learn is 2517 for why always you say this, sister. I'm just I don't get angry on you. Okay, those people who are really interested to learn, I don't get angry on them. Okay, so don't tell me these things like, Tita, I'm just asking this for learning. No need to ask this. Just let me know what is your question. 25174 is the anti fair from 15-minute chart. 27 27174 25174 25174. This, yeah, this is the entry fair value gap, but not from the 50-minute chart. Oh, okay, actually 50-minute here. So yeah, this is the entry fair value gap that has been used already. So this gap, I have no value to this gap anymore. If this market would love to fall, for example, it is falling, it has to fall for this last fair value gap. This gap, I don't have any value. Yeah, market can be respected by this fair value gap. Of course it can be respected, but I don't give the priority to this gap anymore because the entry gap has been traded already over here. So the last fair value gap is important to me. Thank you. You're most welcome. Why, Jamie? You are asking. You are giving me thanks, brother. 25 1 to 5 is the last 50-minute parabolic of what I am thinking. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think you are right. Absolutely right. Thursday is an expansion. Of course, it's an expansion day, but you have to understand that the daily object has been met. That means market has reached to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. We knew that it's going to be reversed from there. Yesterday, specifically yesterday, was an expansion day. Look at the expansion. So it should be continuation of the expansion. Now it can't go through this line, right? So as it can't go through this line, it should be consolidation after a leg. Look over here, after a big day. Compare every single day. Okay, after this day there was another day, big day. Look, big day, consolidation. Big day, it should be consolidation. How far it can fall maximum? I am expecting this three line for fall, then it will go higher again and it will be consolidated, something like that. I'm expecting like that, but we'll see. No, this candle I don't want to see it will close below this 50-minute last parabolic gap. If it do that, keep falling, I will have nothing to do. I'll let this go like yesterday. I let them go. I will let this go. Isn't that market isn't premium? Yes, sir, it is in premium. From the daily chart, it's in premium, and it should keep falling because it reached to the minus 2.5 standard deviation. So from the daily chart, it should keep falling. From the 1 minute chart, it's in discount now. Okay, got it. Thank you. Did not know that it has no value because it has been traded already. Entry gap can be used just once. It should be used just by once. Can I frame the sell from here? Of course, I could do that. How? If it could take the liquidity. It didn't do that. When it didn't do that, I can't take the sell. Left the liquidity, I can't take the sell. Even if it has beautifully respected this gap, but I can't take the sell. I can't take the sell. No sell. Market is not taking the liquidity. At the same time, it has cleared the most obvious liquidity from 1 minute chart. Right now, it is trading the lower quadrant of that premium week. So I would love to see if this premium week can hold the market. At the same time, let me check the regular trading hour. Yesterday's opening gap. It's too far actually. It's here. The opening gap is over here. Okay. It's too far. 15-minute gap has broken here. This gap is also broken. So no buying opportunity for me. At the same time, no selling opportunity. It's called the falling knife. Don't catch the falling knife. You will hurt yourself most of the time. Sometimes it works. 90% of the time it doesn't work. To catch or to chase the market. Don't chase the market. Please don't chase the market. What is this line? What is that line? Okay, I think that is the new opening gap. Yeah, that is the new opening gap actually. I passed the evaluation. Oh, congratulations, Jamie. Congratulations, brother. If it will don't have a divergence, maybe we're gonna go down and previous low because ES is at the bottom of the 50% day range. I mean, you are thinking too far. Previous low, kind of another big day. I mean, 2 day one after another big day is very rare. Of course, it can happen, but it can happen. Next 15-minute candle can we can look for buy. How do you know that? Share it with us, Marquis. How do you know that? Is there any swing high which is valid for shifting market structure? There is no single swing high which is valid for shifting market structure. By the way, I leave the 50-minute gap out from my chart, but please keep it because it can be the fake breakout. One body has closed below this 50-minute last gap, the next body has closed above the 50-minute last gap. So it can be the fake breakout. Is there any itching, guys? Are you feeling any itchy? I have to take the entry. I have to take the entry. Yesterday, we have waited for near about 11 a.m. to frame our first trade. And today, our first trade was at 9:33, 9:34, I guess. Yeah, 9:34. Another trade was here, another trade was here. So we had three trade before 10. After 10, yeah, I framed a buy actually. It didn't work. 14 handle loss. Okay. Now I'm wait for the next opportunity. Of course, buy, not sell. Even though my bias is sell, but I can't take the sell because market has to do the manipulation. No manipulation, no sell. If you can see some beauty here, I'll be happy. If you can see some beauty in this market, I really appreciate that. How many likes did I get? Okay, guys, 156 people are watching, 68 likes. What a nice. Okay, beer is 35%. Later, actually, people move from beer. Bull, those people are looking for bull. I have no idea why you guys are looking for bull. There is no bull, okay? I showed you the line that market should be respected. There is no bull. No bias is good, and beer is of course good. But bull, come on, man. It should not be bull, by the way. Chidi has considered daily water block tapped now. There is no water block, brother, from the daily chart. Actually, there is water block. My mistake. Sorry. There is a water block. But the problem is that you are using the high and I was using the open. So that is why I got confused and I told that there is no water block. I'm extremely sorry for that, brother. Of course, it is the daily water block, and you are absolutely right. The high is valid. Come on. What are you saying? What are you saying? Sudivan, Monday's first presented gap is at 25,186. 186. Did it trade over there? I don't think so. It didn't trade actually. Okay, no problem. There is no buy. There is no buy. There is no sell. I hope, guys, it's very clear. Rather, you're talking about the buy and now you're saying there is no buy, there is no sell. Yeah, you told me that, but how did you know that, brother? Marquis, I asked you the same question, brother. How did you know that? The next candle is gonna be the bullish. How did you know that? I was really interested to know that, brother. What did you see that I didn't see? Yes, glass ball. 2.5 standard deviation of midnight or okay, Matthew, what is that? Simple. Yeah, cool. He has a glass ball. Simple. Okay, cool. In 15-minute manipulation is 15% day range maybe. Daily water block. Oh, okay. So you have seen the daily water block. Yeah, I was expecting that kind of reply from you because you're the king of the water block. So I was expecting that kind of reply from you. So it tapped to, yeah, another guy actually told that it has tapped to the daily water block. Who was that? I don't remember the name. But I was in my mind the water block level was the opening. Okay, so I forgot about the high. Absolutely, man, I forgot about the high. and I was looking for this line, which is minus 2.5 standard deviation. So 1, 2, 3, any of these three line will be traded, this market will go higher again. So finally market came here. There is no setup, unfortunately, otherwise maybe I would be able to take the buy. As there is no setup, I have to let this go and to wait for an opportunity to take the buy. By the way, sell is valid now, buy is valid now. Both of them are valid now, okay? So remember that. Buy means if there is any buying opportunity, but sell is also valid. Plus need to trade bearish 50-minute order block. Okay, there is also 50-minute bearish order block. Lot of things, brother. Hey guys, tomorrow I'm going to give you an account, not one account actually. I will try to give you two accounts from the Blue Guardian futures. Okay, so if you click on the link from the pin comment, this is the pin comment. If you click on that link, it will bring you here to Blue Guardian futures. Tomorrow I will do the giveaway 250k account, which is gonna cost $40 after the 60% discount. If you use the code T2 wizard, of course. I will just give two account, so whoever is going to be the winner, they will get this two account. And rest of you, if you are interested to work with this Blue Guardian futures, this is right now they have the 60% discount until 15th of this month. You have to use the code T2 wizard. Standard evaluation 50k account, project X gonna cost $40. Profit target 3000, maximum position 3 contract. Don't touch this daily max limit. Okay, stop after before 1250. Maximum drawdown this end of the day drawdown. Weekly payout, no activation fees. That means all you have to pay $40. If you are the winner that I'm going to give you tomorrow, then you don't need to pay anything. That's gonna be absolutely free. Okay, and you have some scaling rules or something. So if any of you are interested, please use the code T2 wizard. We have the offer until 15th of this month. And please don't miss tomorrow's live. At least if you are the winner, then of course you will get that account. All you have to do is you have to make sure that you are with us in our Discord. It's absolutely free, nothing to pay. Madhi, did you trade? Did you take any trade today? Marcus, did you take any trade today? I don't see the link. Why don't you see the link? Just click on that pin comment. If you come to this, just click on the pin comment, and then on the bottom this is the link. So just comment on that, sorry, click on that, then the link will be shown over there. Remember, now the market is bull. I hope so. Did you get it, Michael? Kuba, only you are interested about that, Kuba. Unfortunately, nobody else is interested about the session liquidity. I told that to ask me if anyone is interested, just except you, nobody is interested. So now if you ask me to come for you only, then I will do that through the Discord. So I will actually call you and I will do that with you only, as most of the people are not interested. So I will do that maybe in this weekend. I'll knock you and then we'll fix a time. I will just go with you, brother. As just you are the interested guy. How to join the Discord? Madhi, can you please share the link, brother? No, I said that long entry, but then I noticed it must be closed. So close at break even. No trade yesterday and today. Oh, you didn't take the sell, Madhi? Thank you, Madhi, for sharing the link. Anthony, Anthony, brother, you can click on that link and you can join us. It's absolutely free, by the way. correlated, bearish, 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 correlated market. This is the beautiful market. See this gap, this is a buying opportunity from this gap. If there is a gap, this is a buying opportunity from that gap. This is the buy side liquidity. Whatever gap it will create over here, this is a buying opportunity from this gap. From here, if it make the gap over here, okay, by the way, stop loss is going to be below this candle. I prefer to put it a bit lower and target with this buy side liquidity. Any of you can tell me that why it is a buying opportunity? I mean, why the buy is valid from that gap? To trade precisely, most of my entries were on paper money. Oh, okay, that's good, brother. If you don't feel good, don't trade. Come on, man, I didn't notice there is a 50-minute bearish gap. Shit. I really didn't notice that there is a 50-minute bearish gap. If I have noticed that, then I would never frame this buy, by the way. Let me explain why that was the buying opportunity. If I skip this 50-minute bearish gap, okay, I really didn't notice that bearish gap. This gap is going to work as a breakaway gap. After, if it work as a breakaway gap, the first gap market is going to create. If you have the buy side liquidity left over here, that's gonna be the target. Again, I didn't notice this bearish gap, that's why I have framed this trade already. If I have noticed this bearish gap over here, I would never not mark that that setup over here. Never ever. I would mark this. Sorry, mark that setup over here. Never ever. I didn't notice there was a bearish gap. Just because of that, I have framed this gap. The logic of this should be as a breakaway gap. The first gap it will create above the breakaway gap is your buying opportunity. I repeat one more time. If I have noticed that bearish gap over here, I would never ever frame that buy setup over there. So if you have taken this trade, it should be your own risk. I'm not taking the risk over here. It will work or not, I don't know that. I simply don't know that it will go and take that buy side liquidity or not. If I ever saw this bearish gap, I would never frame this bull setup from that gap. Never ever. So let me mark a line over here to 20 handle. Still I'm doing this because I have already framed the trade before explaining this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. I didn't notice this, that's why I have already framed this trade. If I have noticed that gap, I wouldn't frame that gap. Now when I have framed this gap, maybe some of you has pushed the button. Okay, I don't know if there is anyone who is interested to copy trade. Okay, I don't really know that if there is anyone or not. Just because of them, I just showing that this should be the first partial and that should be the target. This should be the target. You can put it a bit higher actually here. Okay, it did not work as I told. I mean, perfect. I'm so sorry, guys, for framing this trade because, as I told, when I was saying, remember, this was a bull candle. I said that if there was a bearish gap, if I have noticed that gap, I would never ever frame that gap. I frame that setup. Never ever. It's my mistake. I'm really sorry. I didn't notice there is a bearish gap. I just didn't notice that. Also, I moved my stop loss. That is another. It can be. I can get a stop out because I moved my stop loss. That is also possible. But either way, it's not a valid setup. Instead of taking buy, it's a better sell. So if I would love to frame the entry here, it's better sell. Okay, comparing with that buy because it is trading the 15-minute bearish gap. So just keep that in your mind. Okay? No buy, no sell here. Just because I'm now thinking this buy sell liquidity has been taken, but if this gap hold the market a bit and send it lower, it can do that, which is of course kind of possibility. This is kind of 50-50. Is it going higher or is it going to fall? Because it has cleared the buy sell liquidity here. It doesn't need to clear this buy sell liquidity. I didn't notice this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. After framing the setup, I have noticed there is a 15-minute bearish gap. That's why I keep saying it's not the setup I would mark if I have noticed this bearish gap. Instead of taking buy, for example, if I have to trade, kind of, man, there is no other opportunity. Frame the trade. You have to frame the trade. I would frame the sell instead of taking buy. I would look when I'm saying this, when I'm seeing this is a bullish candle, then I'm saying this that if I had to kind of, man, there is no other option. Push the button. Then I would love to push the button here until there. That would be my pushing button. Instead of taking buy, I would prefer to take sell here instead of taking buy. But it's not an entry. Please don't push the button. Okay, it's a kind of situation where you should not go for the trade. This should be the main threshold. That means body should not close above this line. It should work as a main threshold. No buy, no sell. I'm so sorry because I have framed that buy. I should not frame that buy. I shouldn't go for that buy because there was a 50-minute bearish gap and market has cleared the buy side liquidity here. That was the clear liquidity cleaning. So market has cleared that liquidity. So now is it going to take that buy side liquidity? I don't know. Is it going to respect this 50-minute gap and then it will fall? I don't know. I will just simply let this market go. No trade. Simply no trade. My first opportunity would be from here. That would be the first opportunity to trade around this area. If there was a bullish fair value gap or bullish market structure shift, anything something like that, then maybe that I could go for the trade until this 50-minute bearish gap, or maybe until here to this liquidity or clean highs. If I have to push the button here, I prefer to take sell instead of taking buy. It's something like if I have to, I don't want to push, but if I have to push, then I will prefer sell, not buy. So when I frame that buy setup, I'm extremely sorry for that. For example, if I were in this trade, my stop loss would be here now. Not above there, it should be here now. Again, I'm not saying to take this sell. I'm just saying if I had to go for the trade, maybe I would go for this sell instead of taking the buy. But actually, there is no setup for me. I think my point is clear, guys. So if you are bored minded, you are really interested to learn, then listen to me. What did I say? When I first framed that buy around this area, immediately I noticed there is a 50-minute bearish gap. So immediately I told that when this candle was going higher, so it was clean that it is going to take that high. I told that this is not a valid setup. I didn't notice this bearish gap, so I have framed the buy setup actually. But if I have noticed this bearish gap, I would never ever framed that buy setup over there. If I have to push the button, I would prefer to go for the sell instead of taking buy, because it should react from this gap. There's some kind of reaction has to be happen from there, and the best area to come to this fair value gap. That is the best area to come. That's why I'm saying it is the best to take the sell instead of taking the buy. But is this buy valid? No. Is the sell valid? No. Nothing is valid. You wanna take the buy, it's your up, your choice. You wanna take the sell, it's your choice, brother. I don't have any problem. But this is the area where I don't have any opportunity. My first opportunity was from there where I was looking for the buy, but unfortunately market didn't make any setup around that area, unfortunately. SMT, where is the SMT, sister? What is the SMT? Oh, okay. Here, you are seeing this is an SMT. Okay, let's see if it keep going higher. There is no best setup today, brother. I mean, we had a best setup at the beginning of this session. I think it was here. We had a best setup over there. That was the only setup which is the best. After that, this is just a bullshit market without any kind of nothing. Just it's just moving. Here, when it has fallen, the fall was until here, here, here. Any of these three lines should be the fall. After falling here, the way this market went higher, not I'm not able to trade this market because there is no setup. If there is a setup, that could be the best buy. As there is no setup, so of course I can't take the buy. So what I can do, if you are really interested to take some sell, I'm sorry, take some best setup, what you have to do, you have to wait for this kind of scenario. Let me show you. Let me remove all of these things so that it's gonna be clear here. This market has fallen here, it came here, traded the lower quadrant of that daily premium week, that is the daily premium week, tapped to the daily premium week low. You are expecting this market is going to be a consolidation there. That means it's not going to keep falling, it's not going to keep going higher. Here you have the buy side liquidity around this area, you have some buy side liquidity around here, that is the buy side liquidity. So market has fallen, cleared the sell side liquidity. Now there is a possibility to go for that buy side liquidity. If you really would love to wait for the perfect setup, it will come here, make a bullish fair value gap, tap to this bullish fair value gap. That is your best opportunity to take the buy. There is another buy side liquidity as well here, another buy side, so two buy side liquidities over there. That is the best case of scenario, but you can't hold the trade until this area because this is a consolidation market. So what else can happen, it will come here somewhere, then it will fall again, it will go higher again, it will fall again. It can do that type of things for the rest of the day. Today's starting was a beautiful time, but after that, the way market is trading, it's not possible to trade this market. But let me actually put it up in the wardrobe block. NQ did not take 1024 candle where ES did 1024 candle. Oh, okay, you are seeing this high as a what to say, I mean the SMT, but for ES the liquidity is here, the liquidity is around this here. This is the liquidity area for the ES, and for the NQ, same area is the liquidity. All of this area is the liquidity. So of course you have the SMT, but I don't prefer this high as an SMT, as I have the liquidity around this area. Look, this low and this highs are too far from each other, but here they are all around the same level. So I just can't simply use this as for my SMT, because left liquidity is here, liquidity is there. So why the SMT is important to me? One market will clear the liquidity, another market will fail to clear the liquidity. So if these guys can clear that liquidity, I could say, okay, that is my SMT. But as none of them has cleared the buy side liquidity, I can't use the SMT over here. But if you see this low, I can use the SMT over here. I mean, this low has been cleared over here, where this low failed to clear that low. So it is valid, but not that one. At the beginning the market was so beautiful, right? At the beginning the market was beautiful, and then the way market fall, now the way market is going higher, of course it's not going higher, it's not bullish anymore. But the way this market is working, this is not tradable. I can't trade this market. Of course I can chase the market, anybody can chase the market. Then I will show you some boom here, and I'll tell you, see how beautiful. My bias was bearish because market has traded this, so I keep taking the sell, keep taking the sell, keep taking the sell. No, it's not called trading, it's called gambling. So here for the first time we have framed a buy setup where we took a 14 handle loss exactly over there, and after taking that loss, one, two, three win, then one loss, 14 handle loss. We are waiting for the next opportunity. Still there is no other opportunity. I don't see any other opportunity. This is not the area to trade. You can't trade this area. I'm going to remove it, okay, so that you will. If I could take the entry, that would be the best area to frame the buy from here. Unfortunately, there was no buying opportunity. There was a market structure shift, fair value gap. I would take that buy without any kind of hesitation. As there is no setup, I have to wait for the setup. By the way, guys, did you learn something? Now, nobody can give you 100 winning trades. Nobody can give you that. Today, I framed four trades so far. Four trade. Three worked, one didn't work. This one, I'm extremely sorry, guys, because I told that immediately. I told that there is a gap. I didn't notice that gap. Now it seems like it is working. Like over here, it seems like it is working. Still, it is. It seems like working. Like over here, let me show you. That was the buy side liquidity, right? What did I show you? Entry from this gap. From that gap, you will take the entry. Stop loss has to be below this candle, below that candle. The best is to put below that candle at the beginning. The thing I told you, buy side liquidity is here, hold it here after taking some partial around 20 handle. That is the thing I framed you. Now it is still working, still you didn't get a stop out, still there is a partial opportunity, still it is going to take that buy side liquidity. Everything was good. That was the best buy over here if there was no 15-minute bearish gap. I didn't notice there is a 15-minute bearish gap. If I noticed that there is a 15-minute bearish gap, I would never mark that buy. Here, I'm not interested to take any trade. But if I have to take, then I would frame better the sell instead of taking the buy. I will just frame the sell. It will work or not, I don't care. But I don't want to trade here anymore. And no trade is valid. It is only valid to take the buy if there is no fair value gap from 50 meter. Then this is the best buy, just because this is the breakaway gap. That is market going to leave the gap open. The first gap it will create above the breakaway gap. It's a buying opportunity from there until the next bearish PTR. This is the last fair value gap from that 50-minute leg. This is the leg from the 50-minute chart. This was the last fair value gap. Even if it was a normal fair value gap, I wouldn't have any problem over here. But this is the last fair value gap, and I can't take the entry while this market is trading the last fair value gap. That start from this area, volume imbalance, from there to until here. This is that huge last fair value gap. I just can't go against that area. So if there was not that gap, that could be our fourth setup to take the buy from that gap. That could be our fourth setup. Unfortunately, we don't have the opportunity to take the buy around this area. So this is just for your information, for your learning opportunity. If you would love to learn, you can think like that way. Always is a master class. Thank you, Jamie, for the beginning. Yeah, I would love to ask you guys, who else showed you this line? By the way, thank you so much, brother, Marquis, for saying that. Now I know that ICT will mark this week, okay, later. So it's not something I am showing you this to you. I'm still studying this quadrant level. Really, I'm studying this quadrant level. But tell me another single one guy who has showed you. Forget about this line. It is also not important. This is the leg. This is the line I marked like long time ago. Remember? And I told that it will keep going. And now, how randomly it is respecting from this line? Isn't it so random? Okay, I marked a random line here, and this market is respecting to that from that random line. It came here means started to look for sell. Unfortunately, when it came here, I was not in front of my chart. If I were in front of my chart, I could frame the sell from this area, from here. This is the first time this market came to this line. There, just look how is it, how beautiful to frame the sell from that area. I was not here, and it was of course around the Asia session, so I can't trade this area. So this area market didn't give any opportunity. It just went through this line. Just look at that line. This is the line, okay, from the -2 standard deviation. It went through this line when it came for the first time. I have to come to the 15-minute chart and around this area. No opportunity from the 1-minute chart. Then this market is falling, falling, falling. Come here. It can respect here and then keep going higher one more time. There is no problem. It went through this. I don't have any problem because I can't take the sell or buy right now. I can't do that. There is no opportunity to do that. If you would love to use it, you can of course do it, but I'm not interested to do that. Instead of that, it would go higher. That is the best case of scenario. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, if it make any kind of bearish fair value gap from 50-minute chart around that level, so here is one gap, here is another gap from 50-minute chart, then you will wait that market to come any of this bearish gap. Sell above this line is not valid, sell below this line is always valid, either from that line or from the gap from 15-minute chart. So last time I showed you the sell from the line. This time I have to show you the end sell from the gap. If it tap here, that is the best case of scenario to frame the sell from there. If it doesn't do that, any kind of bearish gap, I will start to take the risk to take the sell. So this is that high. I will look for the selling opportunity from that area. This market came here. This is that high. Same high over here. That is the same high that has traded that bearish gap. Trade that bearish gap. Clear the buy sell liquidity. Market structure shift. Not a beautiful one, but market structure shift. Fair value gap. Tap to this fair value gap. Boom. Market fall. -2 standard 2.5 standard deviation. Now it's done. People will start to think that, oh, wow, it's hindsight, brother. Everybody can mark this line. I agree with it. Okay, so far this market is holding, this gap is holding the market, right? So this is a consolidation zone. I can't trade this market, by the way. No buy, no sell is valid over here. The buy is the beautiful thing from here if there is no bearish gap. As there is a bearish gap, of course, from the volume imbalance, it is holding the market. If you buy it, I promise you, brother, you will lose that trade. I promise you, brother, you will lose that trade. Julian, that 15-minute bearish gap has no value. That is the last fair value gap, brother. If you don't want to give it a value, I appreciate it, but that's the last fair value gap. I always give the priority to that 15-minute last fair value gap. This is the 50-minute last fair value gap. Otherwise, I wouldn't mark that one. To that specific leg, this is the gap. There is no other gap above this line. So this is the 50-minute last fair value gap. I have the value for this gap. Okay, who took the buy here? Let me see their face. I'm going to remove this from my chart. I'm going to remove this from my chart. I'm going to mark something that give me 95% winning rate. It gives me 95% winning rate. That means if I frame the trade from that area, 95% of my trade will be a profitable trade. Jillian, don't take the buy. Against, never ever go against the last fair value gap. Never ever go against the last fair value gap. It's a request, guys. Never ever go against the last fair value gap. This breaker is single, yeah, like me, brother. This breaker is single like me. Actually, you have everything, brother, over there. Everything you have. Just look on your left, you will see everything over there. Not in a beautiful way, but of course you'll find everything over there. There is water block. Of course, for the breaker block, you don't need the propulsion block. But there is water block. Water block has been traded. Everything you get over there. No, I'm not saying more dump, brother. I'm saying just it is going to be consolidation. My last fall is this line. That was my last fall. Now a bit fall until this gap, or maybe this 50% of that week. Okay, so any of this line, then it will go higher again. I'm not sure about this buy side liquidity. Maybe it won't be taken, but I will look for the buy side liquidity here somewhere or here. After trading them, I'll use that weak quadrant levels. It will trade that weak quadrant levels. It will fall again. It will go higher again. It will fall again. It's gonna be a consolidation day, not something like one way. That means it is falling. That means it will keep falling. No, nothing like that way. It should be a consolidation day. Ah, Kuba, now you can see. Congratulations, brother. That's why it okay. Without seeing, I can't say that this my breaker block that's gonna give me 95% winning rate. That's the target, okay? That gap should be the target. See this last fair value gap over here? That's why I told this buy is not, I will never mark that buy if I have noticed that fair value gap beforehand. I would never ever frame the buy over there. Even if it works, even if it doesn't work, I don't care. Maybe it will give you 20 handle partial. Maybe it will hit your target. I don't care. It's better for me to frame a sell setup. Even if I take the sell from that water block, I got stopped out, I'll try to take re-entry from anything I will get from there, but not interested to take the buy while this market is trading the last fair value from the 15-minute chart. Guys, by the way, over trading will kill you. So if you don't overtrade, you got the sell. Maybe if you miss this sell, then you got that sell from the inverse gap. Maybe got just partial 20 handle partial, happy. Or maybe you got the partial and then hold your trade for that so long. I'm okay with that as well. But either you take that one entry or that one entry, just any of these two trade, whatever you have taken, you should be stop over there. If you would love to keep trading, keep trading, keep trading, some of them will be losing trade, some of them will be winning trade. At the end of the day, it all depends on your gamble skill. If you are a good gambler, maybe you'll make some money. If you are a bad gambler, then you will lose your account. That's all, brother. I hope it actually uh, easier for you to understand, by the way. And 81 likes. Guys, 126 people are watching. Can you make it 100 likes at least? Please do that for me. Make it 100 likes at least. Sometimes I feel myself like, wow, Jitu, you're the awesome guy. You're really the wizard. How can you mark those lines long time ago? And you can prove the things you keep saying again and again. How is this even possible? Isn't it like magic, guys? I feel like this is the magic. This is really magic, man. You believe me or not? But the quadrant I'm studying, okay, I'm not confirmed about them. I'm just trying to study them to find out something so that I can use it again and again. But until now, I'm just studying it to find out, can I use this one with that logic? Can I use that one with that logic? Something like that. This one I have already done studied, and that's why I was extremely strong about my comment. Man, until here I'm bullish. It come here, start to look for sell. Start to look for sale. Okay, guys. By the way, it's 11:30. I would love to close the stream for today, and if there is anything around the PM session, I'll come. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow is the Mental Capital Preservation Day, so please preserve your mental, and then be profitable, be happy, smile, and sing the song like "Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor, I want a baby." Okay. So thank you so much, guys, and yeah. See you again around tomorrow. Until then, cheers, guys.